45 seconds. $30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Dan's going to try to throw himself in there.
No, he paper tiger.
Whatever, dude.
Oh, paper
tiger.
You
Hit in the
put 400
brain.
Band-Aids on a
He's
on a
good
blister, dude.
You're good till you get hit in the brain. He's like a soft shell crab.
Yeah,
Bubba.
I get back up, too. I bet if you had those hits, you'd be still on the ground,
The
rolling
difference
around.
between you and me is I admit it. I'm not trying to be
I got
something
my
more
ass
than a
back
paper
up and
tiger.
performed.
Hey, listen, Glass Joe.
Yeah,
Watch
Glass
out. Let's
Joe,
talk
my
about
ass.
your story when you hit boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing hit you. Subdural hematoma, boy.
You're listening
to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
So bright feeling, huh? The music just feels like it's on the Daisy Music Festival. Tuesday, the 12th of December, 2023. Dan, as I was listening, by the way, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. So many different ways for you to be able to listen to us or watch us, or to grab our show in some way, shape, or form. Our show is broadcast terrestrially over like 7 or 8 radio stations throughout America, terrestrially. And then we are also, this same very show is broadcast visually on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. You can watch that. And then, Lemmy, you can always go to what we've really been slinging lately hard, our newest project. Kind of like when Bill O'Reilly, remember when Bill O'Reilly got on the air a couple days ago and says, man, everything I do starts and stops with BillO'Reilly.com. Well, that's kind of what we're trying to do with Bubba Army HQ, except I think I have more content. I literally think by the time we get done with Bubba Army HQ, and I have a lot of the Power Pig stuff I have to still enter in. Lummy, we're going to offer each album we've ever done individually for you to be able to buy or listen to.
Yes.
Every bit that Manson and Ned ever did. Every bit that I think our Hit Mix 3 did. The Cox morning shows from 08 and 09 and 10 that were previously missing. Old air checks from Grand Rapids and San Antonio and things like that. We still got 5, 6, 8, 10, 15,000 things to add. I don't know. And Stern would probably be the only one that would be comparable, but I don't know that he has built a howardstern.com or I don't know that he offers. We very well may offer more content than any other spoken word content creator.
You have to at this point.
I don't know that there's even a close. I'm trying to rack my brain as to who would even be close to me.
Well, it takes someone with a 25-year career that owned all of their content, which doesn't exist.
Right.
Because even Howard, just maybe started doing that more recently.
Well, no, he didn't own any of his K-Rock stuff. Sirius had to pay $4 million for it, and then I think Howard owns it. But hold on. But that's just all of Howard stuff. I've had, where are all these sounds coming from? What was that sound?
That was mine.
And what does that indicate? Like you got a text or
That's just talks about
new porn?
No,
your Reddit page?
It's the BAR that it's up and recorded and running live.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So Lummy, that particular little sound, I wouldn't mind because it means like we're up and running.
Yep.
But even with Howard Stern, who might have. I don't know that he has more audio. He hasn't done as many albums as I've done. He's not done as many bits as I've done. He doesn't have every bit that Jackie or Artie or Robert, Richard Christie or Sal. I don't think he has every bit that they've ever done, available to listen to and stream. And then his old air checks from WCCC and when he was in Hartford and Philly. And not Kiss FM, but in Los Angeles going against Mark and Brian and Rick Dees. I don't know that he's got all that stuff
available.
But now, so hold on. So, and if he does have it, then that's great. I love Howard. He should have it. But he didn't have a network. I guess he did have me and Scotty Farrell, right?
Yes.
But still, I had Shannon Burke and the Diacos and Buds and Suds and all of Lummy's sports shows and the Drew Garabo show and the beer show and the Fighting the Beast show and the Ryan Harkness show. I mean, when we first Radio IO and BubbaArmyRadio.com, back when we started, which has now since been reskinned Bubba Army HQ, we were way ahead of our time, were we not?
Yes.
I mean, we were way ahead of our time. Oh, Lummy, I forgot to put the phones on hold.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's probably Gary. Bubba.
No, it's Pedro.
Yes, Pedro. Anything short of your wife had sex with the captain at 31,000 feet, and I'm not interested. But anyway, what do you got?
I was actually asking a favor, or not a favor, but your blessing on something. My birthday's on Friday, and I was wondering if I could attend Bubba 199 and possibly bring Cracker Chris.
I mean,
well, thank you for waiting, but yeah, good thing the phone lines were busy.
Pedro, I mean, that's a big ask in the fact that, we don't have very much room, and it's for those that have given the most, and it's kind of there's a little bit of a hierarchy involved in Bubba 199s. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's why I'm asking if it's okay.
Yeah, I don't probably think that it is okay because I don't know that we have the room. Like, we're gilled out now. Let me help me, please.
Oh, I told him to wait because I was getting the roster to see how much room we had.
All right, let's
what
go.
typical people do is they call, put you on the spot.
Hold on, Pedro.
So I don't have anything for you.
So hold on. Hey, Pedro, guess what? You should have waited for Lummy to get back to you, or maybe shot him a friendly reminder saying, Lum, I need to know about what 199. I certainly understand if I can't make it because there's there's people there that are very, very, very large contributors to the program, and I am a great listener. But Pedro, you're not a big heavy hitter. You're not Joe from the West Side. You know that. I mean, this business.
Well, I know.
And so, but you're very loyal, so you should be rewarded for your loyalty. And if indeed we have a little bit of wiggle room to get you in, Lummy probably would have got you in. But see what you just did wrong, buddy. Don't get mad at me. I love you, okay? Don't get mad at me. But what you did wrong is you just went ahead and called me and just made Lummy look like a bitch. I'm just saying.
Hey, I wasn't trying to make anyone look like a bitch.
Hold on.
To see about
Lummy.
Yes.
Am I kind of right?
Yeah, you are.
See, I'm sticking up for you right now, too.
I know, I appreciate that.
So, what I'm saying is, I completely, that'd be like if I had a deal with Dan, and I can't even explain it because Dan's the highest of all the Diacos. They really are. Dan, Dan, I was going to ask you with when we were listening to the best of, and you and Pedro, don't go anywhere, okay? Just stay here. Hold tight for me. T-shirt will $20 on the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all at the Bubba Army. Thank you. So Dan, when you and Jay were getting into it yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. Did I have to think that things with regards to arguing with your brothers have changed drastically over the years because there comes a point where you're a man and you can't fight your brother anymore. There comes a point where.
But does there?
Well, Dan, yes, don't be a dick. Just be straight up with me. There comes a point where you just, but there was a point of your time. There was a point of your brotherhood with your brothers that if Jay lipped off like that, you would just go over there. Like when you were like 12 and he was like, what? 8, and he starts getting that lippy. Back, you guys are over there by 56 or over by Northeast playing baseball or whatever the hell you.
In your bell bottoms.
You three,
83rd Avenue.
wherever you three were hanging out. And Jay starts getting that lippy. I mean, I'm talking, man, when you could have lit him up and just, Jay, shut up. You're irritating me. I'm the alpha brother. So Jay had to kind of adjust accordingly. He couldn't have a big in-your-face outburst. But once you become gentlemen, once you become men, boy, they can sure get a lot more cocky when you can't beat them up anymore.
Yeah.
Not that you physically can't beat them up. I'm just saying, like, you're a doctor and a lawyer, Dan, and you just can't be slugging people out anymore, unfortunately.
Yes, it's.
So that gets them a little more lippy.
Yes.
They get a little more lippy knowing that there's no physicality involved anymore, right?
Right, but with Steven, you never know. I mean,
Hold on, Steve will still go to hacks?
Oh, yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow.
For real?
Yeah. Jay and I haven't, raised a hand at each other for decades.
You wouldn't. You two wouldn't.
Steve, it's been maybe days, weeks.
So honest to God, we don't have to talk about the situation, but when's the last? So the most recent brother that you took a hack at would have been Steve. And can you give me a time frame?
I don't know, about it depends on like a little one or a big one. Like we've had a couple little scuffles over the last couple of years, but we had a big scuffle about 15 years ago.
No. Give me like what does a little scuffle consist of? Just like kind of like what does a little one consist of? Hold on.
Steven's really angry, and then I confront him, and then it gets to the point where we're pushing and shoving.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see
and then
that.
who gets in the middle? Krista?
We both stop.
Yeah. All right, so Pedro the pool guy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Can I have a cookie?
Can I have a cookie? Say yes, of course you can.
6:11 a.m.
No, he's actually asking where the elf on the shelf is. Go find him.
Oh,
He's hiding.
He's asking for what?
Elf on the shelf.
Oh, the elf on the shelf.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell him he might be out in the highway somewhere.
Well, yesterday he was peeing in medicine cups to make medicine, so.
Oh, okay. So let me just.
That's
Okay.
what they do in pharmaceutical country.
First of all, Pedro, in order for us to continue this, potentially a possibility of you coming to Bubba 199, and only reason why I would allow that is just because of just your loyalty, and you are truly Bubba Army. So it doesn't necessarily your level of Bubba. That little kid's really. Why don't you shut the door? Okay. I mean, is your house safe? Is the front door locked? I mean, can you shut the door so we can get some peace and quiet from this little bastard?
Dude, he's just so loud every morning.
Can you tell him that you're live on a nationally syndicated radio show and he needs to pipe it down a little bit? Or are you one of those snowflakes ass dads that are afraid? Because if I was yelling and screaming and running throughout the house and my dad was on a phone call talking to one of his old car guys, Dan, all he had to do is look at me. And I would just completely quietly back out of there and go to my room and shut the door. And hopefully he doesn't come back and beat my ass for having to even give me the look. But I guess we don't train our kids like that anymore, do we?
No, they don't. The look isn't as
the look's like, please get out of here.
Come on,
I'm gonna go play my PlayStation 9. So get out of here, bitch. About to get mines. I no is in today's parenting. You look at a kid. No's not an option for that kid. Kid's just going to negotiate all day with you and throw a fit till he gets what he wants, unless you light that ass up. Have you ever lit that ass up?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to remember, I'm a little bit older, and my parents were, they lit my ass up.
Sure.
And no actually has a meaning of no in this house, and
Good.
My kids hate me for it because I say no all the time.
Let's exercise that next time he comes and chimes in, okay, buddy? All right. Now,
no problem.
First and foremost, Pedro, your level of cash or money that you contribute to the program, for this is for everybody. I'm speaking to everybody. Is so appreciated. It would be really literally the only way we continue to do the show is through funding through the great Bubba Army the Bubba Army royalty, so to speak. Let me we accumulate that, or we top that off every year with our Bubba Army royalty party, and those people all are invited to Tampa, and they get rings, and it's just a great ceremony and what have you. But you can participate and help the cause without having to actually donate cash by just going to our YouTube channel, subscribing to our YouTube, going to Bubba Army HQ, maybe subscribing to that, or at least enlisting to become a grunt. So you don't have to spend any money per se to be a really good Bubba Army. Maybe buy a tactical bag or a few bumper stickers or something like that. But if you like the show, there's a lot of different ways you can support the show. And it's just not those that give the most money, Lummy, that are invited into Bubba 199.
Yep.
Like for instance, Bob Cook. I don't think that he gives near the amount, because Bob Cook's just a normal, hardworking single guy with one helper. He runs his own painting company, so he didn't have a lot of money. But Bob Cook is Bubba Army royalty, and he's invited to Bubba 199s and things like that. So that being said, Pedro, you probably would qualify on the level of how good of Bubba Army you really, really are without contributing a lot of cash. You do a lot of other things that help our business. I'm sure you go to all of our videos, and I'm sure you do all of that, correct?
Yeah, and I have 3 different Gmails that are all subscribed, and I go on every morning to every morning.
Perfect. We don't have to get too specific on how you help, but thank you very much, Pedro. That being said, but the Brian from Phillies and the T Sister Girls and the people that really, Susan Poitras, and the Wizzies and the Iggy and the Big Reds and the Creatine Travises, Lummy. Who else am I thinking? The people, the Mushroom Mitches, the Nashes, Brian from Philly, Little Wilbur's Afterbirth.
Big Red and Creatine. Did you ever say this?
Yes, I did. Thank you. Nice to hear from you for the very first time. Thank you. Yes. So, but let me, in case I forget anybody, but those are all of those people are big financial heavy hitters. Okay, but some of those people can't make it all the time. Mm-hmm. So Lummy is the keeper of the roster. So indeed, Pedro, you would be welcomed if one, we had some room, and 2, potentially one of our big heavy hitters. Like, I didn't hear if Wizzy can make it this Friday.
I haven't heard. That's why I haven't given him a decision. I don't know if the Nashes can.
By the way, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I need all of the Bubba 199s, and everybody kind of know. Well, let me the Bubba.
I've already started collecting it. They're pretty good. They start telling me around Monday, and then I can give Big Red in case he cooks. And so I'm just waiting on a couple people.
Well, tell them that they have until noon today to verify they can be at BARP or not. No big deal if you can't be, because we got some people pending. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Lummy, that being said, I'm assuming that if a few of them can't make it, that we would get a hold of Pedro. Now, Pedro, who do you want to bring?
Cracker Chris. He lives not too far from me.
Which Cracker Chris? He's qualified for BARP.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh, well, then
that was another. So that's the thing is,
hold on. You're kind of stupid, Pedro. You should have Cracker Chris calling in to see if he could bring you. Idiot.
That's technically true too.
Idiot. You'd have far better chance of getting into a Bubba 199 by having Cracker Chris call in and say, "Hey, can you slide me in for this Friday on a Bubba 199, and I'm going to bring numbnuts, Pedro."
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday. But anyway, all right. So
I take the reins, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Pedro. We got it. We got you. Lummy's got you. Lummy will figure it all out.
All right.
Yep. All you Bubba 199ers, get into Lummy and let him know whether you can make it this Friday. And also, Lummy, with regards to this Friday, don't we need maybe Macho Man's over there? Macho, Pedro, see you later.
See ya.
Put these things on hold as fast as I possibly can.
Thank you, Bubba.
Now, Macho, haven't we put in like an FM low power 1 watt radio station here in town? We have our own radio station right here on this one little block. We have a 1 block radio station. Actually, a lot of racetracks do it too. It's this little kind of system that you buy, and it's like on like 88.3, and then you tell all the racers, Dan, because most of them have radios in their hauler. listen to 88.3 in your hauler, and we'll be making an announcement as to what class to come up, and it's a way for us to communicate to them, while they're in their hauler. So it's a very, drive-in movie theaters used to do it and all kinds of deals. So anyway, Rhett, go ahead and explain. What were you going to say?
Is that how drive-in theaters did it?
I think so.
It's a low-power FM transmitter. So the other day, do you remember when my mic kind of had that awful sound?
Yeah. By the way, Macho's got to be just so happy today. He should be actually at his position and just ready to say hi, because I don't think we have a big catastrophic wiring issue right now.
Well, he's in the rack room, so I'm currently at the Macho position.
Okay, Day's young, right? No, you know what? I think he's got one of those tonal gyms in the rack room. I think he's got one of those in the very corner there. You know the gyms like that Jay has that you can just mount against the wall.
Full body flex.
Because he's always in there. I guarantee he's working out in there. By the way, let me Bob Cook early this morning. $50 on the PayPal. Thank you,
Bobby.
That is my boy.
See you on Friday, hopefully.
Yeah, is Bob locked in?
Yes, Bob is locked in.
All right, so for those that are coming to Bubba 199, or for those that are coming to BARP and plan on attending that Friday's Bubba 199, Rhett, we have a low-power FM radio station that covers, it's only, the distance is our property, correct?
Yes.
Like, I doubt that you could hear us, at World of Beer.
No, probably not.
Right. And so we need people. Now, isn't it Amazon? Isn't it on our Amazon list?
Yes, it is.
Is it those updated headphones? Because from what I understand from Mach, I think it just has to be any headphones with an FM receiver.
Okay, well, maybe
I don't know if the ones that we have currently.
We'll get that update. I'll get with Macho. We'll get it updated.
Okay, I just don't want people to buy the wrong headphones and be all mad at
All right. Well, where can they get the link to our Amazon deal?
Here shortly, when I get with Macho, it'll be on our Amazon list.
All right. So those are the headphones you need, so that when you're in the studio, we only have a certain amount of pair of headphones. And we've been using this antiquated Sennheiser kind of deal. We've been using the system that we put in, 10 years ago. And I think, Lummy, is it off a little bit?
Yes, it is.
It's a few seconds off, and it's just real. I mean, you almost have to be on mushrooms to be able to level it out, to be able to figure it out. So we got a more efficient, like, what do these headphones cost? $20, $18, 26, like, they're pretty cheap.
The new ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the best ones you could get would be 50, so between 20 and $50.
Yeah, between and like the Teases and the Nada Fans and the Maria Guatemala. I would say that, Bob Cook, Brian from Philly, Little Wilbur's Afterbirth, the Nashes, Mushroom Mick, Creatine Travis, OFF, Wizzy, all the people, Susan Poitras, all the Lummies, all the regulars need to buy a pair of these headphones.
Yes.
And then take them home with you. Don't store them here. Take them home with you. And then every Bubba 199, you come in, with those headphones, and we'll be broadcasting because we have to have the mics on. So if you're in here in the studio and you're watching Bubba 199, you can't hear the music underneath us. And all you can hear is us talking and kind of bopping around a little bit. It is kind of like a silent disco, is it not?
Yes, it is.
But you feel really, really left out if you don't have any headphones and you can't hear what and sometimes you might not even be able to hear what we're saying.
Right.
If a guy's clear in the corner over there, he may not even be able to hear me. So, Lummy, we're encouraging the Bubba 199 attendees now, and if you ever plan on coming to a Bubba 199 to get some of these FM 1975 headphones. I mean, they're 1975 technology, are they not?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Go.
So, Lummy, who
do they have a big antenna coming out the side?
No.
Remember those?
Big metal antenna.
Yeah, with your Sony Walkman.
Yeah.
So, Lummy, what do you have so far, roster?
Susan.
For Bubba 199.
Susan Poitras, Tease, Maria Guatemala, and No Name Willie.
That's her husband, by the way.
Little Wilbur's, Brian from Philly, Big Red, not a fan, Cretin. He's not sure about OFF, Mitch the Mark, and Bob Cook.
Okay,
good crowd.
Well, as of now, you could probably accommodate a Cracker Chris with a Pedro, probably as of now.
Yep. Just waiting on the Nashers said they'll let me know by 12.
The Nashers. But the thing about the Nashers is they don't take up any studio space.
True.
So you got to realize, like, they're just outside, like, literally 2 ravaging pit bulls doing drugs and peeing in the bushes. Like, they don't even come in
God
here.
God bless them.
Like they're literally, guarding the building.
Yes, they are.
They're literally out front with a barbecue, a fire pit, and a whole bunch of coolers, mushrooms, just all kinds of things. And they only come inside if they have to pee. And I was told last time, that now they're just peeing around over there around the corner.
Yes, they are.
Just like you showed them the good peeing spot.
Yes, I did. Now they just go there.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Does urine kill regular weeds and grass or no?
It hurts it.
It hurts it, but that we don't pee on the grass.
But like if you were to pee in this one particular area, like over there, where we have a little bit of a weed issue, would your gorilla like urine eventually kill those weeds?
Yeah, we'll start to kill it off.
Great.
We'll get on it.
So Bubba 199 this Friday. A lot of people yesterday were calling for a belt change.
Yes.
That's not what I wanted right here. But see, I can't even really play this very long because you get an instant copyright strike.
Yeah.
So when we do a belt change, or potentially there's a belt change, I may just play it for like 3 seconds and then I stop it. So let's say we're doing something, blah, blah, blah. Dan throws in a big zinger. Everybody pops. Chat starts saying, oh, my God, belt change. And then eventually the word gets to me, and then I'll just arbitrarily hit
which makes the belt holder's heart sink.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Dan,
it really does.
Oh, Dan, when you've been holding the belt and all of a sudden, we're just zipping along and then you hear, does it literally make your testicles shrink up into your side of your body?
Yeah, they shrink up to normal size.
I see. Rhett, what is normally, how long do you have to play, or does it sometimes just differ? Like how long you have to play something before it establishes itself that you've played it and the algorithm picks it up as a copyright infringement?
I'd say on average about 3 seconds, but it just depends on the song.
Really?
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Wow.
1001, 1002, 1003. See, I almost got to go 4 seconds.
Because you can't get that
the full effect.
Oh, you can't. I can't even get into that, Dan. That's like a 10.
What if we try to find a royalty-free version?
Oh,
because that's what the Olympic Torch song.
Yeah, we need it.
We'll find something.
We need it. I wouldn't even have to hit it from my instant replay. I could just hit it, down here on my button bar.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. I could just hit it down there.
Yep.
Bam. Boom. Anyway, people were calling for a belt change yesterday as we were discussing our 100,000th subscriber on YouTube, which we love you, YouTube people. Thank you so much. And I gotta find. I think maybe it might be Adam from Window Tint Solutions or whatever.
Okay.
But I got my stickers for my Crown Vic.
Oh, nice.
But they're big because one's on the hood, and then one on each side of the door, and then one on the trunk. They're pretty big, and I think you just can't be a weekend warrior sticker applier and get it right.
Yeah, probably not.
Because the real sticker dudes, they spray down some water on the surface, and then they put the sticker on there, and then they'll move it kind of around a little bit, and then they'll squeegee it all out and stuff.
Jay does that really well.
Jay does?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a good sticker applier.
Okay.
His race car, he does all of them himself.
No, but he does?
Yeah, and he takes very good care and very meticulous about it. Yes.
I got to call Rainbow Rick and see if the stickers that I got, or are all stickers made that you can put a little water down and move them around?
There's 2 different types.
Yeah, because there is. There's types
There's the kind that has the clear over it, and those are the ones that you use the water with. The ones that are they have a sticky behind them, then there's the sticker itself, and then there's a clear layer above it. Those are the ones that do best with the water. The normal stickers that you just peel off and stick on.
Yeah, like a bumper sticker.
Yeah,
you
don't do water.
You couldn't put water down on your window with a bumper sticker, put the Bubba Army bumper sticker on your window, and after you've watered it, and think that you can move it all around to put it in that perfect position, then squeegee it. I think you've ruined the sticker.
Yes.
You've ruined the adhesive. I got to find out what kind mine are. Anyway, Lummy, I'm just itching to get this Crown Vic back on the road to start doing some food reviews and some things like that. But I got to get my stickers installed.
Of course.
I'm glad I didn't. Well,
the other thing's a line.
What?
Like drawing, like with like a maybe like with wax, with like a wax pencil or something like that.
Oh, to get it straight?
Yeah, just a line across the bottom.
I just eyeball it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get with Adam. Maybe that's what Adam can do for me. Who can install my stickers? Lummy, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I had Doc, the sign guy, here yesterday as I'm trying to get the studio and the freshly burnt out outdoor sign fixed and ready to go for BARP. I meet the tent guy today. I'm meeting the tent guy today. I met the sign guy yesterday because if you guys look straight ahead, I think those two flags on either side of the TV look kind of frat housey cheap.
Well, they don't light up.
Well,
yeah, and they don't match the rest of everything.
I know, but don't they look like frat housey?
I mean,
just cheap. Whereas Anna, if I had one of the guy who made these Bubba Army signs, Doc.
Yeah.
If I had two of those on either side, put those signs on either side of that TV, that makes a world of difference, in my opinion.
Yes.
And so I'm going to do that. He's going to build me two. I don't know if I said three, because I want to put one right. You know where that as soon as you walk in, that little Valken sign
by your little door.
That's this little area right there. I want to put a Bubba Army sign there too. Just really, make this place look like it's Hollywood.
Yeah, it does look like Hollywood already.
You've
done a great job.
I think
amazing.
I have the prettiest radio studio in the world.
Yes.
I really do.
It's very unique.
And Anna, wait till we put we did order that colored.
What?
That colored podcasting table that that real contemporary one that changes colors and has a thing in the middle. We did order that, and we're working on our pod. And
when is that expected to arrive?
Probably about a month.
Okay.
And then that'll be Podcasting World up there, which will be. And I got I found some unbelievable chairs / seats that I think will really work for all that. And then that visual, and then don't forget what the back studio now looks like and how good that's going to look. And there's going to be a TV behind the hosts and the back studio. It's right behind you.
It looks great, by the way. I peeked my head in there yesterday.
Isn't it?
And you shifted the table right closer to the wall. Is that what happened? Because there's so much more room. We
just took the junk out.
For real?
For real.
Whoa.
We'll have three functioning mics. We just bought 3 new mic processors. I mean, it'll be. Listen, before when you guys used to broadcast from back there, it was holding on with smoke and mirrors. It was just, it didn't sound good at times. Some pots worked, some didn't.
We had to use wireless mics.
Had to use wireless mics because a couple of our modules will burn out, and I didn't have the money to fix it, and so we were just hanging on. And we didn't have near the soundproofing. If you ever were to put it on camera, it looked like crap.
It was not a pretty room.
You had some magical butter banner behind you with a air handler. Like, it just didn't look, very high end.
No.
Now it's going to be fully functional. It's clean. 2, it's going to sound better because we have unbelievable soundproofing in there. And 4, it's going to look good for TV, and if we do visual things. And then 5, we'll have the option to do visual things in there where it's a podcast or it's a YouTube show or it's a whatever, or just straight audio.
So, Bubba, a couple things.
So you can podcast either from Podcast Land, which has camera capabilities, or just audio. Well, every place we have now, from this studio to the podcast thing that's getting built on the stage, to the backup, what we call FMB. Is that what we used to call it, Lemmy?
Yes, we did.
We used to call it FMB. to the backup studio. It's all going to have audio and visual capabilities, and the visual is not going to look jobber anymore. It's going to look badass. Yes, Dan, what was your question?
I have a couple. First of all, there was an old board in there. Is that a functioning soundboard?
No, I just bought that.
Oh, you're going to like rehabilitate it?
I bought a new board from the University of Minnesota. I found it on eBay because each one of these modules costs about, I think Macho said $100 or I don't know what
Is
that.
a module like the foundation for one channel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so as they go bad, and you understand they don't make these boards, they don't make these anymore.
It looked like it was a museum piece.
Right. So I bought a parts board so that we can put.
Oh, smart.
So we can steal.
Right.
We can have. We've already
like
taken
a clone.
We've already taken 2 or 3 of the modules and replaced them on my on-air board because you got to think my on-air board gets the most use. For 12 years, this board's been used almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes multiple times a day, and so I was able to find a board similar to exactly to ours, used on eBay for $1,400.
Wow.
Meanwhile, each Mach, Rhett, ask Mach what a new module for a 55E Wheatstone costs if you buy it through Wheatstone.
He's not in here, but I'll have an answer for you here in a minute. Oh, wait. Speak of the devil. Mach, did you hear that? How much does a new module cost for a you said a 55E Wheatstone?
For my on-air board?
$6,700.
No, hold on.
$600 to $700.
6 to 7. Okay, so Dan.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 21 modules, okay?
Oh, my God.
I have, there's 21 modules. Actually, 23 and 24 if you figure in your programming and your cue and your headphones and studio monitor. So I have 26, 27 modules, and a new module, Dan, and they go bad. They get dirty. They go bad. They just get worn out. Cost $600 to $700 for one module.
Jeez.
So I was able to find a really, really nice used one from the University of Minnesota on eBay for $1,500.
Wow.
And the engineer, they said all modules work. Power sources. What's a new power source for this, Mach or Viaret? What's a new power source cost?
$300-400 probably.
Yeah, I mean just the power source is $400, Dan. So I mean,
so 2 modules and a power source, it pays for itself.
So I can take that used module, make my fix any little issue I had with my board here on air, then rehab that old board back there.
$1,400 was a steal, basically.
And we got 3 fully blown, fully functional, podcast or visual content creating facilities all within this one. I mean, that's kind of probably like the Blaze. The Blaze probably has 2 or 3 different sets, right?
Oh yeah, they do.
Well, we literally, if you think about it, we have 3 different sets, right?
Yes.
3 different sets to create content. That's awesome. So I'm bringing in 2 Bubba Army boards back there, maybe 1 over there, and then supposedly Lummy, he said, how obnoxious do you want to go for your front sign? And I went, I want to go
all the way.
I said, as obnoxious as I can. He said, okay. Because they've really made they've really made a lot of new technology with outdoor LED stuff, and he goes, you might get like the FAA might come in and say that you're a light distraction. We have planes running right into our building.
Could it be a distraction? Could it be that bright?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? When pilots come in on a regular basis, they use things like that as landmarks. And so they'll identify it like, okay, I need to keep that over to my 9.
That needs to be, 30. That needs to be 40 feet to my left tip of my left wing.
Right.
That sign.
Right.
It's
like lining up on a mark at a racetrack.
At 85 feet. I need to be 90 feet at that sign. Right? Mm-hmm. You're right, Dan. It's going to be a landmark. Mm-hmm. I've often thought, Dan, that I should get a big stencil and stencil Bubba Army on the roof.
You should.
For those that are flying in town, because if you look to your left when you're flying and you land on this runway, if you look to your left, you can see our building.
Absolutely. No, there's no dude. You could spit on the plane. They're so close.
Yeah, and just put a big that or have topless girls out there.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Just laying out on the roof.
Yeah, but with Bubba Army, whatever. I don't know. Bubba Army flags or Bubba Army beach towel. I don't know.
Yeah, you just can't do a laser light show. That's all.
Yeah, but here's the thing you'd have to do in order to get it to be viral, Dan, is you'd have to rent like Halperin's plane, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd have to like somehow request. You'd have to find out the days that they land. Like they don't land from this direction. First of all, this is the backup. This is the backup runway.
Yeah, because you don't normally have a south wind. We usually have like a northeast wind.
But on that little plane with 7,500 feet runway, it wouldn't matter where the wind's coming from. If you actually called the airport and set up and say, listen, at 1 o'clock, I'm doing aerial photos of this particular building. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I need a little window.
And they would do it for you, and you could come in. Oh no, screw. Oh, I was gonna say we could do it with drones, but this area. Listen, can you people believe this? That if you have a drone and you're at our studio, you can't even turn your drone on. Nope. Like you can power it up and stuff, but it won't go. It will not go anywhere. Because
it knows not to fly here.
Every drone's got a built-in GPS system, and so this is a no-fly zone. Like you cannot fly a zone. You cannot fly a drone here. Period. They won't turn on. So Dan, what you do is you get with the airport and say we're doing some aerial photos of this particular building for a real estate deal, and since we can't use a drone, we have a pilot who's going to do 3 or 4 touchdowns and go and they probably would let you.
Right.
And then you get pictures of all the girls laying out.
How do you get up there?
Topless. Oh, you just get
a lift
or a ladder.
Well, for girls, it'd probably be a lift.
Yeah, for girls with high heels and their jugs hanging out. And what you do, Dan, is you just put a big Bubba Army logo on the roof all over, and then have topless girls laying in between the Bubba Army logo. You videotape it, on landing at Tampa International Airport, and then you see the 3 girls that are topless, and you don't think that would go viral?
That would be awesome. You know, what would also be awesome is if you had like a group of girls making the Bubba Army out of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever see them when they line up like letters?
Yeah, like on
naked.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know if our building's that big.
Yeah, and that's a lot of girls.
So you got girls in the lean-to, and that didn't look so good, and they're getting burned.
Yeah. Instead of you get sued.
He's in need. The Love Sponge of serious psychotherapy. Bubba the Love Sponge.
On his forehead by the Hall of Fame rack, but you don't really see any of the Bubba Army signs until you cut to the open shot.
Well, we're going to have to wait till we see our on air. We'll analyze.
Because the only one that could be in this room and not realize he's in a Bubba Army room is pretty much Joe Biden.
Good morning, Jay Gator.
Dutch Duke, Manson was the mole. Good morning. Group of Lips. Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's up, Glow Bug?
Do you sauna?
Do I sauna? Like in a hot room where you sweat with other guys?
Yeah,
naked?
like a sauna.
No, fuck no.
Okay. I did 45 minutes yesterday.
Really? Any hot chicks in there naked?
Awesome. No, not any hot chicks. No.
Any fan in Orlando? To me, going in a sauna is like going to a nudist colony up north.
I mean, everyone had their clothes on.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like the smell of it.
Mm.
I'd rather be in a sauna than a fucking cold plunge.
That's the houses.
Zooks, Lazaire. Brian from Philly. Good morning. Pedro, the pool guy.
Good morning.
Nick.
short stroker. Dick punch. It's fun. So Bright Farm, John's Island. Filmed up in Petersburg.
Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you? Yeah, I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet.
His voice.
I don't mind.
You don't mind it?
Doesn't bother me anymore. Hey, Tampa Terry. Jay Gator. Very Guatemala more. The Fat Pig, what's up? I love your name. Neil Montplaisir, clit rubs. Nice one. Gotta love when the clit rubs. It's gone. The dancing clit would be a funny one.
Somebody drugged a 17-year-old and blasted her in the bathroom, and then his manager did the same thing. I don't really see a problem.
Drugging her?
Yeah, it's bad. It's fucking bad. I mean, if what they're saying is true. The only problem is it happened in like fucking 03 or
No, we're gonna talk about it, so don't get too fucking.
No, I know. I was just trying to summarize. I saw you reading it.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm getting things. I'm just trying to get things ready right now.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm doing. So when you see things, like, don't go overly fucking crazy, because I'm trying to rack up what I'm trying to do.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to like.
Sorry, love. I mean, but it's good that you're looking at. It's good that you're looking at what I'm looking at,
Yeah.
so then you can start preparing.
I'm ready for it. I'm fucking ready.
And then I'm gonna ask Dan how goddamn absolute fucking batshit crazy would he go if somebody made an AI nude of Sophia? I mean,
That's a great question. I'm sure Dan would love to
Oh, I know.
an
And
answer.
is he here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. But so keep it in your mind. But I can only imagine
keep it in your mind.
if some fucking nerd motherfucker took Sophia's face, like just her pretty
Yes,
face,
yeah.
and then made this fucking 100% hot bush hanging out fucking deal, and it's not. Obviously, it's not.
Hanging out. Kicks for guns too.
Hold on. Obviously, it's not Sophia.
Right.
But it's being portrayed as such. Everybody around school thinks it is. And would you not? Oh my
I'd be
God.
pissed.
You'd be pissed. You'd go kill his dad.
Yeah.
Why not just go kill him?
Oh, everybody, whole family.
Everyone's dead.
Dan's got probably as many guns as any person I know. Like Dan's up there in the gun. Dan's up in the gun ownership volume, aren't you, Dan?
I have too many.
Do you think?
I have more than one for everything.
Do you think you have 3 figures of guns?
Triple digits?
No, 3.
3 figures?
That's can you figure that out? Can you figure out 3 figures?
Yes.
What would that be?
3 figures?
Yeah. What would be the lowest amount of 3 figures?
Be $1,000.
No.
No, dude. 900. It'd be 100.
Yeah, you're so fucking stupid. I just outsmarted you. The lowest figure in 3 figures would be 100.
Right, yes.
So if I said, do you have 3 figures worth of guns?
No.
If you had 100 or
Yeah,
101
I don't have 101.
or 999,
Right.
you'd have 3
No,
figures.
not 3 figures.
Are you mid 2 figures?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a mid 2 figure. I'm not even gonna finish it.
It's safe. They're all in my pocket right now.
Oh shit.
Every one of them.
That's crazy.
Camper Scott, Kenny Powers.
I love everything about the show.
Every day for 4 hours, man. It just makes time fly by.
Gotta be Bubba.
This is awesome. I love it.
And I spent about 2 hours in my car when it's supposed to be a 20-minute break.
Yeah.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Is Jay coming in today?
Yes.
Perfect. Lummy, we never really kind of got a closure. By the way, the Bubba the Love Sponge show, December 12th, 2023. This will be the last week that we do 6 to 10 for our terrestrial stations that are also, that's obviously our main show that you can watch on various other places as well. Brett, when are we going to be able to get are we ever going to, I know for a while we were talking when we were, we're always on Rumble, we're always on YouTube, and we're always on Twitch visually. There was a time where we were putting it on Twitter/X and Facebook, and we were getting some really good numbers on Facebook, not necessarily live views, but reviews. A lot of people would catch the show from there, and then we stopped doing that because it was screwing with our bandwidth. Is that a thing? Is that a potential that might come back in what we're working on, or is that a no?
Yes, we're just waiting on Stream Guys. Last we had talked to them, first of the year is what they were saying. But it's not a bandwidth issue. It's not a network issue. It's a hardware issue. It's bogging the show down when we're running 5-6 sources
hardware on our end or hardware on their end?
Our end.
Well, then
it's using up 100% of our system CPU, and then the show starts stuttering and looking crappy.
All right, thanks. Is there any way can we buy a machine, or can we buy some more squirrels? Or can
Well, we've got that new badass computer on the way, which should solve a lot of those problems. But you'd really be able to kill two birds with one stone if we can fine tune what Stream Guys wants us to do, and that's ultimately what's going to help us get back on all those platforms effectively.
I loved being on all of those, especially on Facebook, because we would get like a bunch of people that wouldn't catch it live, but would catch it. There are some stupid people that are only on Facebook and they're not even on YouTube, like my mom. Like, for real. Like, my mom isn't like, she's like, I don't know, I'm not on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, though. Oh, my God. My mom gets her little stylus going, and she goes crazy on Facebook. My mom goes crazy on Facebook. All of her friends back in her hometown and all these little pimple-popping groups that she's in, and she just sits there and scrolls all day. And when we all get together as a family, we sit there and make fun of her. We all go like we're just scrolling through our phones with our hand. We just go like this. And then eventually she calls us all a bunch of mother effers. And don't worry about what she's doing right now. We're all watching TV, whether I'm watching TV or I am scrolling through my phone. I'm present. All right. Is your mom a Facebooker, Dan?
Very little, but she gets very upset when people are on the phone, like at dinner and at events.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
present.
Yeah.
Steven says that sometimes, and then you watch Steven, and he is stuck in his phone the entire time.
Hold on.
He touches his phone every 30 seconds.
We have a rule, like, for family dinners. We have a rule, like, no phones.
It's a great rule.
Like, no phones. Like, literally go put your phone either in your pocket or on the counter facing down, across the way a little bit. Like, just put your phone in your purse, in your pocket, in your backpack, wherever. We're going to no phones. Now, that's not with every meal. Like, if it's just me and the Merch Crick eating some lunch or something like that at home. Like, I'm on my phone, she's on her phone, she's on her computer, I'm on my laptop. Like, we're doing stuff. But, like, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter, all the family holidays that you get together and might have a formal meal, you can't. So, Dan, you're saying even some of the most prestigious formal family meals, Steve will still be on his phone?
He's not as bad on during the meals, but like if he comes over and hangs out, he is literally stuck in his phone the whole time. He's like a 14-year-old.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And he can't have an email. He cannot have an unread email. He's one of those guys. He's so compulsive. He gets one email, he stops everything to answer, a spam email.
Jeez. Oh my God.
So anyway, Lummy,
I won.
Oh my God.
So Lummy, I can't really, play what I want to play. But people were calling for a belt change yesterday, as that we had. One of the most prestigious,
yes,
the very first plateau that if you're a YouTube content creator, which we are, and you have your own YouTube channel, and you put videos up there, whether it's the show as it's happening or the show that you missed 2 weeks ago or the Anna Hummel Friday show or the Lummy Goat Report or the Lummy Sports Show or my food review or various Hogan shorts that we've gotten over the years of him being on the show. Just there's a lot of really cool stuff over our YouTube channel. And one of the cool plateaus, the first plateau that they recognize is when you hit 100,000 subscribers. YouTube in itself as a corporation. I don't know that does Twitter and like Insta and Facebook do other platforms have awards?
So.
I don't think they do.
You just can make money through like promotions or promoting your own products.
Yeah, Rumble has creator awards now in the same vein as YouTube.
You're
but YouTube
way low today, buddy.
I'm on the macho mic.
Oh, see,
I told you this.
Now you're gonna lose that belt.
Yeah, I mean that's
okay. That belt. You know what? I was. You can see where I was going with this, Lummy. Where was I going with it?
Getting the belt.
Well, I was ready to walk into the studio, but I ran back here to answer your question. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, now you're making
Macho
me feel
running
bad.
around here.
Yeah,
So
here's
going on.
Something's going on.
What's going on?
Chat was happy that he was getting the belt. So Rhett, I think, was watching chat too.
Well, I was. Can I be?
Well, I heard him play the music.
Yeah.
Well, now hold on. You guys aren't in my head. You don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't even think you know.
Yes, I do.
Oh, sorry.
You know where I'm trying to go with it, but I keep getting thwarted. Here's the deal. So I've played this a few times. Everybody, like the bunch of marks that they are, think that I'm going to, that automatically means you're getting the belt. It doesn't. It only tells you that we're in this topic.
It's for consideration.
Yeah, like we are in the talking about maybe having a belt exchange conversation. Now, more often than not, that ends up being a belt change. But if I just want to talk about it a little bit, all I got to do, Lummy, I have the luxury of having such hardcore fans that listen that we have so many little inner Iggies. That's what people like about the Bubba Army, or hate.
Yes.
Because sometimes you gotta listen to the show for a while to really understand. It's really like a soap opera.
Yes.
You really have to listen to the show for a long time to be able to understand every little Iggy, every little slight-handed comment, every little sound effect. I mean, like, we just, in order for you to get that, if you're listening to the show for the very first time today and you hear, like, oh, hey, they might be talking about the Olympics coming this year.
Nope.
Or let's say, all
Mexicans.
I mean, we that means something, here on the show.
Sure does.
You can't handle the truth.
We just on my little button bar here, just certain stuff. Certain stuff means certain stuff, right? And if you don't listen to the show a lot,
and you don't know what stuff means.
You don't know what it is. Like when I see a hot cougar, like just the hottest of cougs ever. Like that 41 or 42-year-old chick that just divorced her lawyer husband, has one kid.
Or Megyn Kelly.
Or there you go.
Megyn Kelly's way hotter than that chick.
She's like 50.
53.
Yeah, that's an ultra cougar.
She looks so good.
So you have to listen to the show for such a long time for you to get all the little Iggies. And so one of the little Iggies you would know is that when you hear this, not that, I'm sorry, my bad. That we're, there's this, well, first of all, hell, you have to listen to the show so much that you even know what the belt means. They're like, I listened to the show and I watched this show on YouTube. It's the Bubba Army. And I'm really kind of getting into it. It seems like they got this doctor who's kind of a rich prick. And then they got this chick. She's kind of cute, but she's kind of sassy. She's kind of a little bitch. But she's smart. She sounds pretty smart. And when she doesn't dress like a bag lady and she's showing her shoulders, she's borderline cute.
Too cold for that.
Yeah. So then they got this one dumb guy. He looks like a real big dude. And
he is a big
all
dude.
I can really figure out is, well, first of all, the host. The host is, Bubba the Love Sponge, the guy that let his wife sleep with Hulk Hogan and tried to sell the tape.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
He tried to sell it.
Yeah, he sold it, extorted everybody, said the N-word and everything. He's just the worst. He killed it. Did you know he killed a hog?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No.
And did you know that he called his competition's wife a whore one time?
Oh, no.
And
That guy.
yeah. And did you know that he got like he's? Do you know that this guy's name's Bubba the Love Sponge? You're not supposed to Google him, okay? Bubba the Love Sponge. And did you know he has the highest fine in the history of the FCC?
This guy's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a really bad guy, and he just is a. Do you know he's been on trial 4 times?
Oh.
Now, how many people? I mean, only gangsters and real douchebags go on trial a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so there you go.
Ex-presidents.
You know what? He's been on trial more than you know what he's been on. Well,
About
Trump,
the same.
Trump hasn't had a trial yet, has he?
Yes, he did. The rape civil trial.
Yeah. Okay. So he's had, and we don't know how many trials as a private citizen he has.
He's been getting sued his whole life.
Right. Me too. Me and Donald Trump we have a lot. You know what? Me and Donald Trump have a lot in common.
You've spoken to him, and you guys get along. Of course. He knows who you are.
You like fast food.
That's true.
He does too.
I did speak to him at the Howard Stern wedding. I did. So anyway, Rhett, if you listen to the show. Okay, I'm sorry. So then you see Bubba the Love Sponge. He's the host. Okay, there he is right there, looking so good.
Stud.
And then the dude, there's this one dude, and he has this big WWF belt on that says Bubba Army, which I think is their brand. I think that's what Bubba the Love Sponge's brand is. I think that's like called Bubba Army or for some reason. And he's got this big obnoxious pro wrestling belt that looks super heavy that he has on his shoulder all the time. And I've gotten a look at the belt, and it says, I don't know what it says, something about like the most important or most valuable, or I can't quite figure it out. Let me, that would be your opportunity.
The most talented member
of the show.
I'm
camera.
trying to put the...
Yeah, put it right up to the camera.
And why did you win it, Lummy?
Dan, we're just establishing what he won. We're not going to tell him what yet. It's too much of a payoff, Dan. Chill out, Johnny Premature. Let me, before you were so rudely interrupted by the rich douche on the show, the doctor. Tell the lovely fans who are just getting to know the show what your belts that you have possession. What's it say?
The most talented member of the show.
There you go. So that guy, I'm assuming that wears that or holds that is the most talented guy on the show. And let me, can you explain to the fine listeners that may not know that it's very heavy?
Oh, it is very heavy.
We should actually weigh it one time.
I would love to do that.
I bet you. Dan looks disgusted, but Dan is very good at like volume. He just is. He's very good at what things weigh and stuff because he's a doctor and stuff like that. Like Dan can look at something and says that looks to be about 8 millimeters. Like, yeah, he's just real.
He is.
He's really good like that.
Yep.
So Dan, will you please don't take a liking to it now. Don't take a liking to it because it ain't going to end up on your shoulder, but just for experimental purposes. And I would think that you're probably the expert in volume here. What do you think the belt weighs? I'd like for you to grab it.
I already did.
I just did, and shook it around a little bit, and so the volume would be very difficult to address because it's a flat belt, and so I don't know.
I understand. How about
just
straight
mass
weight? I don't know if you're trying to. Are you trying to make me look stupid right now because I used the wrong words? Because if that's what it felt like a little bit.
No, I wasn't sure if you wanted the volume or if you wanted the weight. The weight or the mass is 6.5 pounds.
Really?
That's my guess.
Wow.
It's at least 6.
So it's very, what people don't realize is it's very cumbersome to hold. The few times that Anna has been voted the most talented and valuable person on the show, which oddly enough she has. Lummy, I don't think we could go back and really find.
Not very many times.
Yeah,
it is cumbersome because although my shoulders are popping, there's not a lot of real estate in terms of size.
Because it's huge.
It's a big belt.
They pop more than they are
swell.
strong.
Oh, I am not that strong.
That's what I'm saying.
All. Yeah, it's mostly just for aesthetics.
What I'm saying is aesthetically, man, it looks good as hell.
Thank you.
Endurance-wise, being able to hold 10 pounds for 4 hours, it might not be your your cup of tea.
Yeah.
So that's why we have a special honor rule. If she gets the belt, she has to only hold it for, I think,
half the show.
2 hours.
I display it for the whole show, but I only have to wear it on the shoulder for half.
And so, Rat, you've had the belt a few times, and it's almost the honor system for you. But Rat, honest to God, this is very, very. I've never done this in the history of the belt. it's.
That's close.
I'm just gonna keep playing. I'm just gonna see if we get struck today. Then I'll know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if we don't get struck today with for that's as far as I'm gonna go though. Is the 4 bars, which I don't know how many seconds.
It's 3 almost exactly.
Yeah, I think it's actually 5.
He's better with weight than he is with time.
It's under 4.
Hold on here. I got an actual clock here where I can
You just
start
look
and
up
stop.
there.
Here we go. No, I can do it better. I can give you an exact time here. All right, ready? So hold on. It's 4 seconds. It's exactly 4 seconds.
Nice.
Before the horns come in?
Yeah, actually, Lummy, if you could take if we could really, if you get your clock stopwatch on your iPhone.
Yep.
Did you know there's a stopwatch feature on your iPhone?
I got it up, ready to go.
You do?
Yes.
All right, let me see. So you're already ahead of me, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got mine too. We'll see how close. We're gonna see how close we are. Okay, ready?
Ready.
I'm gonna say 3. It's gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then you're gonna hit play. Okay, ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1. Stop. I got 4.60.
I got 4.8.
I got 4.43.
There you go. I mean, so
4.5.
4.5.
So it's 4 point. So yeah, I got 4.6. Dan got 4.5, and Lummy, you got 4.7, 4.8.
4.8. Yeah, 4.8.
So it's 4.5 seconds long. So we'll see if that, Lummy, brings up a violation or not.
Perfect.
Rhett, back over to you. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Let's keep playing it.
Well, I figured we can't play long forms of it, so
we have to play a lot.
And we're talking about the championship belt of the show right now. Usually, I would let it play on, and we, it'd be a real big deal. So you just got to give them every,
little taste.
Just a little. You just gotta give them the tip, just a little bit every once in a while, just to know that we're still having sex. You know what I'm saying? I just can't just be blasting you like I used to. I just got to give you the tip every once in a while, so that you know what said topic is about.
He's ready for it.
Okay, so Rhett.
Yes.
Jeez. Is he in here?
Yeah, he's
Is he?
in the
Oh my
studio.
God, man!
Okay.
He just out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just appeared. He was stealth mode.
Here was the deal. If you want the belt, it's yours. You deserved it. But if you don't want the belt, because it is a pain in your ass, and you got a dog back there, and you got all of Macho Man's exercise equipment back there, and you have to have it on your shoulder and the whole 9 yards. So you can politely decline if it's too much of a cumbersome physical pain in your ass.
I still think it's a cool thing to win the belt. So it's no problem.
Oh, perfect. So okay, all right, Lummy, we got a belt change. It's right over to Rhett. There you go. I just want to.
Is this royalty free?
So he's not dogging this like he did the point system.
We just had a belt change, ladies and gentlemen.
We're pretty good.
We could go into the. Then the next part goes Danling, Danling, ding 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 ding, Danling, Danling, ding 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 ding. So we don't.
I don't know the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
The bridge is stupid, quite frankly.
Sorry about that.
So we've had a belt change. Let me whip out your trapper keeper. See if a person's just listening to this show today. Like, okay, now hold on. The leader, the fat guy, Bubba the Love Sponge, who brokered out his wife with Hulk Hogan, and sold the tapes. That guy.
Yeah,
he then told the dumb guy who used to have the belt, who had to give the belt to some filthy ginger, to whip out his trapper keeper and to write it down. What I don't. So they have the dumb guy keeps he has like a show, like a show diary. Is that what he's got?
The Bible.
Yeah,
The
we did.
Bible.
We did have a show diary, and we would talk about
What happened to it?
Hold on, we had real important really important things that we've written down, and just really important. I mean, Lummy, I know you're probably sick to your stomach of just all the data of importance.
Yes, I am.
I mean, like, what do the history? Nobody will ever know the history. The only way, Lummy, is if we could get one of these fanatics, like maybe Felix the Cat or somebody, I don't know, somebody to go back and listen to the archives to the last time that you talked about the belt before you lost the belt.
Yes.
I'm sorry, the Trapper Keeper.
Yes.
So go back and find the last time that we talked about the belt via the Trapper Keeper. Listen, here's what happened is we had a show Trapper Keeper that was like, 5 years old?
Yeah,
Something like that. Many different eras.
Oh, my God.
Like Taylor Swift.
Oh, so many different eras. Almost like a Swiftie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been, let me dating back clear. I mean, when did we start the show Trapper Keeper? Was it 2017?
Yeah, I think I brought it in around 2017, maybe right around the end of 2017.
Yeah, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 23, 6 years of just various copious notes that the show needs to know, and statistics, and just different polls, and who did what, and just all kind of different rules. We had rules, and it was completely it was our Bible. It was our guiding star. It was our SOP, the standard of operations.
Yes.
And Macho Man, he gets hired, and he's in there cleaning stuff up and stuff. He's in the little engineering room, and he's trying to make it become less cluttered and cleaning things up, and he's throwing. And I literally tell Macho Man, listen, if it's not
that was your instruction.
If it's not obvious that we need it and it's just junk, throw it away.
Yep.
It's like, okay. So anyway, Macho Man picked up the Trapper Keeper, opened it up. The first page he sees is like just doodling.
He's like, oh, this is clearly trash.
Like doodles of him.
I know,
if
but
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like the first page he opens up, like there's probably 300-400 pages, 200 pages in here. First page he opens up,
sees a stick figure of himself. He's like, F this.
It looks like somebody's been doodling me. This is weird.
Wouldn't that freak you out though? Wouldn't that freak you out, Bubba? If you opened up this random book of pages, and the top page is a doodle glam shot of you.
Let me better you. Let's say that you're the president of the United States, and you're having a cabinet meeting, and everybody's notes are just doodles of how old and stupid they got you pooping your pants, and they got you falling over, right?
Yeah.
So Macho Man just throws the show Trapper away, completely throws it away. So we've lost like 5 years of our history. So, Lummy, I don't know if maybe somebody could go back and find out the last time you spoke. At least to be able to piece the belt lineage down.
Yes.
There's so many other things that we could that I would love to know that's in that Trapper Keeper that's been thrown away because you so irresponsibly didn't have a backup, and 2 didn't keep very good tabs of it.
I mean, you
had a couple big mess ups, Lummy. Do you know that? And I still remained your friend, and I didn't even fire you. And the one mess up, Lummy, was one of the biggest mess ups in the history of the show.
Yeah, that we remind me of daily.
Yeah, I know, but I should remind you that I love you and that I didn't fire you.
Well, the
for
Trapper,
that.
I don't still know. I put it in my spot that I was allowed to put it in.
Okay, but you should have had a backup, shouldn't you have? You should. I mean, we did. Like I guarantee you have a backup of this new one, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what we should have had of the other one, Yes. So anyway, Lummy, maybe somebody can give you. Maybe somebody would be so kind as to find that show, and transcribe the lineage of the belt and get it to you, and then we would be able to know the history of the belt, because right now we only know the history of the belt. New Trapper Keeper era.
Yeah, the New Testament.
It's just called the New Testament.
Yes.
The Old Testament was thrown out.
Yes,
much like Christianity, isn't it for the most part like the Old Testament? If you're like one of these fake hypocritical Christians, like 85% of people that go to church, I don't know about the Old Testament. Let's just go right to the New Testament. The Old Testament's got some pretty barbaric stuff in there.
They still use the Old Testament.
And the New Testament's founded on it.
Yeah.
And so, like, even on Sunday, they'll do like a story from the Old Testament, a story from the New Testament, and then the story from the Gospel.
Yeah, great.
Is that a separate book?
Well, the Gospel is just a subsection of the New Testament.
The New Testament would suck if it didn't have the old one, right?
Yeah.
We don't have our Old Testament, so we're just winging like we never won.
But the Old Testament has got studs like Moses and David,
Abraham.
You're not
burning bushes.
You're not bettering our argument. You know, it just validates how valuable,
How lost we are.
How
We're
lost.
like Scientology. We're just starting from scratch.
Trying to become clear.
Yeah.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Speaking of Scientology, Bubba L. Ron Hubbard. So, Lummy, I know you have the Trapper Keeper there.
I have the list
of the New Testament, and so can you give me? Hold on, just 1 second. Can you give me the history of the belt for the New Testament?
Yes, the New
Please.
Testament belt holder.
Which do you have a day that the New Testament started? What day do we? That would be kind of an
Ooh,
interesting.
can we guess?
That would be
Lemmy
that
probably
would be an
knows.
interesting. Like, Lemmy, did you write down the start date of the New Testament?
Yes, I did.
I think you didn't, and you're relying on somebody to give it to you real fast. The way you hesitated there.
I mean, it started when Macho Man pretty much started. So.
Well, no, but it didn't start when Macho Man pretty much started. It was about
a few weeks
it was a
after.
month or so after.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So no, I don't have it. I was just going to go off Macho Man start date.
Okay. Well, will you, as one of your little tasks today, to try to find out the day we started the New Testament? Because
Yes, I will.
I'd like to, when we refer to the New
The
Testament,
Genesis.
you go come from the New Testament, which was started in
Established.
it's July of 2023. The lineage of the most valuable co-host person on the Bubba Show, better known as the Bubba Army World Championship belt, which is usually set up by this particular sound effect. And we used to be able to play the full song, but now because of royalty situations, we can only play 4 seconds. This is the belt lineage. Boom.
The New Testament belt holders consist of.
Dan, is he as dumb as I?
No, I was writing down. I was writing my notes down to find out when the New Testament date
I was setting the bid up. I had it all set up. I threw it over to you, and you should have been right there for the pickup. But you missed the pickup, kid.
Oh, yeah, I was
just
writing my
admit
notes.
it. Admit it.
I missed the pickup. I was writing my notes
Which is
down.
horrible, buddy.
Yes.
Mason called, needs a
Wasn't
nut
doodling.
hutter. Jesus.
I was finding out the.
I see, and I take it as a direct reflection that I've not taught you well enough. I'm still your great sensei, trying to teach you and Dan and some of you guys who haven't done radio as long as I am, the internal timing and just the, when something's funny and cynical and not a douche. You guys are learning. You guys are my young guns. But you missed a pickup. That's fundamental radio right there, Lummy. When the host gives you a big setup, a big high spot for you to come home on, and then you're over there, huh? Oh, I was supposed to tag in. Oh, okay. And this looks real, it looks awkward, feels awkward. But worse yet, it sounds awkward, Lummy.
Yeah.
Sounds hack. Meanwhile, had you been there to pick it up, that would have sounded seamless, and all the radio people were like, oh my God, listen to how good they are. Seamless. Did you hear the dumb guy pick up the dumb guy seamless deal? Yeah, I did.
Yes, I'm sorry.
All right. So, let me, what is the lineage of the New Testament?
The New Testament belt holders have consisted of Alex Stein.
Hold on 1 second.
Lummy.
Shh, hold on. All right, Alex Stein, Lummy, okay.
Dr. Dan. Lummy. Dr. Dan. Rhett. Lummy. Rhett.
Wow. So you're a 3-timer and Dan's a 2-timer?
Yes. Dan
and
hasn't
Dan
had it
and
since-
Dan, honest to God, I'm gonna just be honest. Don't lie. That disturbs you a little bit.
Oh, I'm pissed.
The real target of the vast right-wing conspiracy.
What the hell? What the hell? What the?
Bubba the Love Sponge.
It was, I've heard the word surreal, and that's all there is for it.
Actually, would you mind if I went to the bathroom too?
Morning, Cosman Dingo. Of course. Lenses are these. Put those back up. Morning, Cable Dog. He's an idiot. Morning, Alan Close. Damn boy. Winfield Scott. Jay Gator. Damn, that's a strap.
Upgrade control. Scott. Jeff Schwartz. Tricky. Joey Gamble.
I'm stuck in the stuff. What's up, Buzzer Bob? Venmo is lonely. Keep on Wall Toronto. Cash App.
Such some hourglass, Travis.
But the wireless headphones are up on
Yeah.
the Amazon now.
Okay, where's that at?
Currently, it's at Amazon.com/shop/the Bubba.
I know. Will you text that to me, please?
Yes.
So then I can put it up on Facebook and Twitter, and you get it on TikTok, and Anna gets it on Insta.
What's wrong? Sure of the day? Done with that. My Steve, I like to clean, yeah. Anytime I see trash, I'm
Put your fucking dirty paws all over my food.
like, I just washed my
You fucking cunt.
No.
Dan!
I'm joking.
Dan!
I'm joking. I'm not saying it angrily. I'm playing with her.
Shit. That's how you really feel.
You know,
I've been called worse today. It's
You-
fine.
Today?
Yeah. I will.
You know I was kidding.
I know.
Live from Tampa, Florida, home of the big, fat, greasy bitch. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. And now, here's your host, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Really not a big thing to do. I think you just probably, because our
No, it's not.
all of our hold on, it's not.
It's not for Mike Rowe. No.
I mean, it's not what easy or it's not hard.
It's not hard.
Does it? When's the last time you scanned the QR code?
Never.
Because all the old links, if I'm not mistaken, I think thebubbaarmy.com now redirects by default to Bubba Army HQ. So if the old QR code sent you to thebubbaarmy.com, then it's still going to pull up the right website.
Does anybody got a Bubba Army HQ?
We got one on the door back here. Hold on.
Scan it real fast. That shows you how prepared we are, ladies and gentlemen, for these for the content I'm about to deliver you. I should have had one of these waiting, and but see, let me. I didn't know.
It pulls up HQ.
It does.
It does.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, all the old links. I think btls.com, thebubbaarmy.com, BubbaTheLoveSponge.com, or BubbaTheLoveSpongeShow.com. All of that old stuff. Like even links that you probably don't even remember we had, all redirect to Bubba Army HQ now.
BTLS.com.
Yep.
AmateurAkira.com.
All of that stuff. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I do own AmateurAkira.com. Let me. If I was smart, if you were smart, if some.
Yeah.
One of you guys were smart. You guys would just go and find me all the Akira stuff. We would put it up on a website, and I'd give you like a portion of the money for helping me build it. But you guys would just stupid.
Amateur Akira. I was just curious. AmateurAkira.com redirects to the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Of mine?
Yeah, the Bubba Army OnlyFans.
So, but it shows you that I own it.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
it does.
Right. But my OnlyFans, I haven't really paid. I got so much content that I could literally probably be very, 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 very rich if I just, after the show, spent 4 to 6 hours going through all of this content, putting it on folders, digitizing it, taking it from, Beta 8 or HD 8 or all the other
8-track
VHS, just all the what was that? A high 8? What was that called that we shot?
Super 8. Oh
no, Rhett will know that. What type of tapes did we shoot all that stuff in? Was it Beta 8 or High 8 or something like that? Those little tapes that are on the wall in the green room. Betamax. That's what all the cameras were, Dan. Were Betamax.
Wow.
And so we have all these Betamax tapes that has probably just some unbelievable stuff on it. Like, I got. You know what I should be doing, Dan? Right now, I should just hire a guy and make him sign like an NDA or something like that, and give him all of my Stormy Daniels stuff. Because the elections get ready to come again, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't think that the Democrats won't try to use the Stormy Daniels card again?
Sure, they will.
Right?
They're using it now. They're trying to.
I'm
they're
just
doing
saying.
a criminal trial.
So can you imagine if I had, a Stormy page?
We were backing up a lot of that stuff here a couple of months ago.
We need to have a meeting one of these days.
All right.
I could be richer than Dan if I could just get all this stuff out. Dan, wouldn't that be cool if I was richer than you?
It used to be.
I know, I did.
Would that be cool, Dan?
It was cool.
I was.
No, Bubba was fun, Rich.
I was.
Bubba was awesome, Rich. Man, he was a walking, rolling party.
Hold on,
Does that mean he was irresponsibly?
No,
rich?
that means I was. Hey, Dan, I just bought a plane. Let's go to the Bahamas, Rich.
Yep, exactly. That's what that is. Let's go. Let's play.
What?
He wasn't the kind of guy that just hides his money in a bucket.
No.
He was sharing it with all of his friends and family.
Yeah.
And
And
everyone
strippers.
had fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people lived off of his generosity that,
went on to screw me.
Yep.
I mean.
And
listen.
by the way, you kept Hogan relevant for years when that guy was nothing but a has-been, washed up, no good, irrelevant ex-wrestler.
Oddly enough, that you say that, because I saw him. I'm gonna. There you go. I'm gonna send this over to Lummy,
All right.
and I wanna I wanna post it up on my IM. Should I? What should I, Lummy? Should I just text it?
Yeah,
to
just
you?
text it to me. It's easy.
Okay.
Gives a
let me
text
see.
to him and he sends it back to you.
Well, hold on. So I'm gonna. This picture was. I saw this on the internet yesterday. It was really going viral, and it was the celebrities that were at the Hard Rock Open.
Oh yeah.
And it was, it was all the celebrities that were at the Hard Rock here locally, Dan. They had all the big time, celebrities and things like that. And so, of course, Hogan's there. And I get this. I don't know if it just came up on my feed or I got it on. I don't know. I think it just came up on my feed.
Yeah, probably on Twitter or.
Yeah. So here I am just scrolling through my Twitter kind of deal. And on my feed is this picture, and it's a picture of every news channel in town, every television station, and then out of town networks and the Mexican network, and just everybody with their mics right up to his face as he's walking the red carpet. And I look at it, and I look at it, and I look at it, and you guys are going to be able to find it soon here. I'm waiting for it. And I look at it, and I say to myself, it's like, you roll around this town as the baby face. You're the guy. Nobody resents you. Nobody thinks that you're a bad guy. Nobody thinks that you're Okay, so here we go. So this is what I saw.
That John 3:16 shirt he loves.
Yeah. So
is that a giant cross? Because he loves Jesus so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he lives like Jesus.
So, but hold on. So I look at this yesterday, and I'm like, I guess it was on the Rock Riley thing feed. So there you go, Rock. I was following you, and I saw your stuff. So I look at this picture now. You guys have to understand. You have to kind of take a step back and see if you can somehow think like I think. That's the mindset you have to kind of be.
I'm ready.
So I look at this and I go, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You roll around Tampa now. You're invited to the most prestigious events. You never ever were considered the bad guy. You never had that fall from grace. You never were the laughing stock. You never lost at all. instead, what you did, you're still worthy and celebrity enough for everybody to want to, have you come to their event. The Hard Rocks, strategically picks who they want to, the celebrities they want to come to their event.
Who else is there? I have a horrible astigmatism. I can't see anyone else.
Derek Brooks,
Okay.
and then Ric Flair was there.
Tito
and
Martinez.
I mean, in the photo.
Tito Martino's. But let's just concentrate on Hogan,
All
please,
right.
okay?
Sorry.
For real, the next one's Derek Brooks, and he deserves to be there.
Okay.
So, and Dan, you might be the only one that even can understand. I see 8, I see 13, I see this, and I'm thinking, if my sex tape would have never came out, never gotten stolen, I would probably be on that red carpet and with Hogan. And instead, I'm broke. I lost it all, and I'm officially the bad guy. Like I'm in this town, I'm almost labeled child toucher like. You're
certainly a persona non grata. I wouldn't say you're a child toucher.
No, but I mean, they don't. They don't cover child touchers, and they don't cover me. And so I'm thinking to myself, you got what, 9-figure? If you take the 141 million and then you take the 55 you got from Cox, so that's nearly 200 million. You didn't take home 200 million, but I've
probably 100 of it.
I've been told, and I don't know this to be true, but I've been told from sources that after it was all said and done, after the Gawker trial and what you got from that, which is 35 million, but you obviously had to pay huge fees on that. But then I heard, I don't know it to be true, but I heard from a pretty good source that the Cox settlement was 55 million, and Dan, he didn't have to finance that one. He just paid by the hour. So he took home like all but 4 or 5 of that. So, and I heard that he took home about 9 of the Gawker. So call it $60 million. You made $60 million because I at the time was trying to be your buddy and it just whatever. I let you blast my wife, and my home surveillance system got it. Yes, I know this is a very cyclical matter, and that Bubba, you and yourself are the one to blame, because you're right. At the end of the day, you're right. But that still doesn't mean that the people that stole it, distributed it, and subsequently bettered their life shouldn't at least be held accountable. I'm certainly held accountable. I mean, how much more can I get punished? So I look at this, Dan, and I'm like, here's this guy who blasted his wife, who blasted his best friend's wife, who worked at like a pro wrestling angle, took 2 bites at the apple civilly. The people that, 1, distributed it, then 2, the people that stole it. The people that stole it, had that trial been allowed to continue and it didn't settle, it would have completely told my entire story that I'd love to tell, right? Cox versus Hogan is the story.
Right.
And so, but Cox writes a check 1 day before depositions are to start.
Because they don't want that story.
And so usually that means they don't want one word of this getting out because it's so bad for them. Most companies, man, like, screw that. We got a lot of wiggle room here. That is not how it went down. We're gonna countersue, or at least defend this, and ask for fees and sanctions and whatever. Right, Dan?
Yep.
A company that is got a little bit of a chance doesn't settle before depositions. They get into depots a little bit, get into some discovery, then they can start settling once they start finding stuff up. But if it's so bad that the first day of depositions a bunch of stuff's going to come out, which is public, you then never go to depositions. That's just legal 101, isn't it?
Yep.
So Cox writes this guy what I was told, I don't know it to be true, but from what I was told, a $55 million check. He takes home 50 of it. He took home 9 from Gawker. The guy's growing around with $60 million, and he's still Tampa's media star. They love him. From the Super Bowl to the grand opening of this to that. Hulk, look at Channel 10, Telemundo, 13, 8. Like, he's the guy. He's the guy. And what happens to me? Completely opposite. I lose it all, and it just further validates that I'm a scumbag and that the media will never, ever, ever cover me ever again. I went from being the big slinging Radio D to, to
S and the D.
To yeah. I mean, Dan, can you understand? Like, if this popped up on your feed and you're me, would you be like, are you kidding? You got your big ass Rolex there. You got your cross.
You got a Rolex. Just trying to help.
You've got a cross too.
No, I don't have a cross.
You don't?
No.
You got Louis.
No, the cross. Oddly, no. Can I even add insult to you? Hold on. Do you really want to break it off in my ass?
I'm not trying to break it off.
Did he borrow it from Hogan? He borrowed it from Hogan.
No.
Oh.
The cross picture that you see of me, Dan, that's so very famous of me and Stormy, that's that cross that I borrowed.
It's his?
Yes. That breaks it off even more. So when you go,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Hogan's cross, just like the one that you got, you mean the one that we were such good friends that he let me borrow his $15,000 diamond encrusted cross when I was going to be on the red carpet with Stormy Daniels. I was getting ready for, we were working out 2 or 3 days, and he's like, what are you going to wear? I'm like, I'm going to wear this really crazy astronaut silver suit. And he goes, silver doesn't usually look good on big guys, brother. I'm just telling you. I swear to God. And I go, I know, but I'm going to be okay. And he goes, what type of bling you wearing, man? I said, I got this one kind of watch and some rings. And he goes, bling it up, brother. He goes, hey, you need to wear, I got this really long hanging chain. It's got this Krizos gimmick on it, man. The red carpet guys really like it. Like, it'll pop you out. So I'll let you borrow that. Just bring it back when you're done, okay? I said, okay.
That's nice.
And sure enough, Lummy, man, there's a lot. I mean, you could actually Google the Bubba Stormy red carpet, AVN awards, as we were the co-presenters of the night, and you'll see the same cross that Hogan's wearing. So I'm looking at this, Dan. I'm like, this guy's on top of the world. The media doesn't hate him, right? But they hate me.
They seem to.
And boy, that really it just really brought it home. It was just like, man, so everything is so unfair, and it's like, a group of people in this town that had television ties just all of a sudden said, oh, listen, we can't cover Bubba because he's a non-factor now. And he's considered like a scumbag. Boy, Lemon, that's not one of my more prouder moments.
Sorry.
I got to tell you that right now.
Maybe Hogan was right.
About the silver?
Yeah.
I think he was right about a lot of it.
You look like a chocolate kiss.
The only
chocolate kiss.
If I hadn't already had a belt change, I probably would have given it to you on the chocolate kiss gimmick. Oh my God, I do look like a chocolate kiss.
Yeah. Or a robot.
or a baked potato wrapped in foil or something.
Wait, hold on. The Bubba cuts can continue, but will you at least, Dan, validate that I have the same cross that Hogan wears?
I know.
Yeah. So no, it's not mine. It's Hogan's.
Oh.
Yeah, I am a baked potato. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow, I would give you the strap if we hadn't already had a strap deal.
Okay.
Stormy looks pretty hot there.
So Lummy, no, hold on.
Yeah. Little
Don't try to pivot, Dan.
So, but I'm just serious, man. It's just like, man. Be like, why don't you? Let's go to lunch. Hogan, let's go to lunch. You know why? Because he's afraid that if people see us together, people are going to be automatically
like a forbidden love.
No, they're going to be like, you know what? I knew they were in on it.
Yep,
I know they were in on it. Listen, Hogan, I don't even want any money. I don't want any money. I don't deserve anything. Although, man, I'm gonna tell you something, Dan. If I just made $60 million over blasting Romina, and you lost your Plastic Surgery Institute, and you lost everything, and I made $60 million, you don't think I'd be on the phone saying, Danny, I know I caused you a lot of disruption and stuff, and I got a big bag. I got a bag for you, buddy.
I'll be right there.
Yeah, break me off a little something,
please.
If I made $60 million and you ruined your life was ruined. How can you be that mean?
Right.
You were my best friend. You were the godfather of my son. And I let you blast my wife. I can't help my home surveillance system got it. Well, I could, but I didn't. And I wasn't responsible with securing that material. I should have just, it shouldn't even exist. Right? So at that point, Dan, like nobody can even say that I don't even add, like that I don't claim, like I admit that shouldn't even exist, but it did exist. It shouldn't mean that it should have stayed a private matter amongst, three people inside of a locked, a lockbox that it's never to be seen or been destroyed. Like if it had never been stolen, nobody would ever know about it.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm. It's no different than if you'd had a Rolex in that same box of stuff and someone just took it. It's just as big a thief.
Right. Boy, I wish it was only a Rolex. So anyway, I got to move on because we got something going on here.
Can you believe it? You just said, I wish I had gotten my Rolex stolen.
Yeah, I wish somebody would have stole my Rolex and every dollar I had in my safe and everything that I thought was valuable that I had in my safe back in my big house. Take it all. Take it all. Take the cash. Take the bonds. Take the silver. Take the gold. Take the guns. Take the sex tape.
Leave the disc behind.
No, I'm sorry. Don't take the sex tape.
Leave the disc behind.
Just don't take the sex tape. Take anything else but take it all. Take it all. Maybe that would have been worth $200,000. That still would have been a far cry than what I'm going through and have gone through since October 6th, 2012, when that sex tape was released by Gawker or whatever day it was. Ruined my life. And here's what I can't wrap my head around. I know. The people that did it got rewarded and to this day are just laughing their ass off, right? Yeah, I mean, you got to think they're just laughing. They're like, all he does is just sit over there and bitch about it. Nothing's ever going to happen. We won, bitch. It's been 12 years. Shut your fat mouth. Shut your fat mouth. We won. We can't be caught. We got away with it. Just shut up. Nobody's ever going to like you ever again. We destroyed your life. We did. And you just need to learn how to deal with it. You're never going to be relevant again. You're always going to be considered the bad guy. You're always going to be considered, the dick of Tampa, period. You'll never get an opportunity to redeem yourself. The public will never forgive you. You're a piece of shiz. That's what they're saying, because when you've gotten away with, Dan, with something for 12 years, right? If you'd gotten away with, if you had no repercussions for something that you did 12 years ago, and federal attorneys and they refused to prosecute. They just and the statute of limitations have ran out now. Like there's no way you can get in trouble for this. You got away with it, right?
Right.
You got away with it. You cannot be criminally charged. You cannot be civilly sued. None of it. You got away with it. You still have your job, and you're still gainfully employed, and nobody ever has really put you and associated you with this thing. Nobody's ever really scumbagged you out and said, you really never hit rock bottom because of your actions. In fact, you were rewarded. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The justice sucks.
That's what they're saying to me. Shut up, fat ass. Nobody's ever going to know. Nobody's going to care. All right. That's what you think. But anyway, so I have to go to work, so I'm not late. Because what's 3 supposed to be? 7:30?
Yeah, about that,
yeah.
Yep.
So I'm running a little bit late. I want to tease this as if my life could get any more complicated and drama, chocked full of drama. And the other thing is my mom's having a tough time. She's, that's the holidays, and this is the
Coming
first
up on that 1 year.
It's January 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, it's on January 3rd, which I think is only our second day back.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out right at 10. So you guys are gonna have to do it after. We'll figure it out.
He's doing the sports show.
Okay, there you go. So I got to get out right at 10.
Okay.
Because I want to be there for my mom to take her to breakfast, and because that's going to be a tough. That's going to be a very tough. And I want to be with her all day and keep her busy, occupied, busy,
distracted.
Because that's going to be just a very tough day for her.
Going to Longhorn for breakfast.
No, but Jenny Cakes will go to Longhorn for any other meal. Nobody goes to Longhorn for breakfast, bitch. Nobody's weird like you. So, I got a lot of things that are weighing on my mind right now. I got just a bunch of stuff going on, and we got a little bit of a ring. All the rings came in yesterday.
Good.
All the Bubba Army royalty rings are here.
Awesome.
I think Grouper Lips is shipping. The busts. I think he's done.
Oh yeah, he was finishing painting them this weekend.
Look at that.
Yeah.
This is unlike any other year.
Right, and Anna, hold on.
This is fantastic.
I met with the sign guy yesterday.
Look at you.
And I'm meeting with the tent guy today. Lummy's calling up the Porterlet guy this week.
Yep.
Who are we?
So yeah.
Not doing stuff the last effing minute.
Yeah, like literally not.
Can you ask Kevin to bring all the stuff tomorrow?
Well, when?
For Barb?
Oh, but Barb's tomorrow, Bubba.
Yeah, I know. Just ask him like this evening or something. Ask him if he can send his Mexican friends over and just set up tomorrow.
So like the whole tent, the chairs, everything.
Yeah,
with a 3 hour.
Did you ask him? I forgot to ask him.
With just a 3 hour notice, Bubba.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't rain. We got one tent.
So. I got the tent guy today.
Yep.
I'm meeting with the Miller guy, Chad, next weekend. I'm getting the food secure. I'm in the process of getting a hold of Ken Snyder and One-Eyed Billy with getting all of Tom Bean's furniture.
Oh yeah, good. Okay.
Out of there, so we can get all that cleaned up. We're gonna have to get that sign. Move it. We're gonna have to move that sign, right?
Yes, we are. We could probably move it toward the back
and get it ready.
Yes.
And then just start tightening things up and getting things ready for Barb. But so all the rings came in. We do got a little bit of there's some drama. There's some drama.
Would be the BRN with a little drama.
Couple rings were forgotten.
Oh no.
So the Merch Crick is getting a hold of the ring manufacturer and getting. I think there's like two. Maybe there's two. But we also there's a couple of them where they made like some random names that we didn't give them, and so we have some I think I got like 3 Waynes.
Oh, sweet.
And I really only have 2. So the Merch Crick all day with me, her and I yesterday. We're going. Listen, organizing these rings is a whole process in itself. Because we had to buy the boxes separate from the rings. And so we only ordered. So we're down on boxes. So here's
a box.
So here's my conundrum. For everybody that works for me, which the staff, which I would include this, the Diacos times 3, Brian, Lummy, Anna, Rhett, Macho, and maybe Colton. That I actually give your rings to you, not in a box.
That's fine.
And you just get your rings early. You get them early. I get them to you now. Now the rule.
Can I ask a question? When you say box, do you mean the white box or the wooden box?
The wooden box.
The wooden box.
The wooden box. So just hear me out.
Okay.
So as and maybe Creatine Trap, maybe some of my good friends.
How many boxes short are you?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm in the middle of doing today.
Okay.
And that's what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
So if I can give you guys, at least my staff, the rings, or I can just put them aside. I mean, what I'm saying is I can almost give them to you as long as the rules being I don't want you to have them on camera anywhere. Like no Facebook, no Instagram, no, like you just genuinely go home and put them in storage. Or something like that. But then I would know. Or Lummy, do you just, or Dan, so we just put them aside and not put them in a box, and then know that when I do present them to you, they won't have a box. But when I find out how many, the boxes take about 3 weeks to get. Okay?
No.
So what I'm saying is, there's a certain amount of people I'm going to give your ring to you and no box. But we have ordered. Everybody's getting a box. You may just not get the box. You'll get your ring. Your box might be 3 weeks behind your ring.
Okay, well
but everybody's gonna
we all understand.
Okay.
That's not a big deal.
All right, so
that's no problem.
Not at all.
Okay, perfect. So, and saying that, Dan, I don't think I'm going to hand him even out to you guys. I'm just going to put him aside and put him like in this little container
and wait until closer,
right?
So that because we have nowhere to put it.
Well, I know that
we ain't got no box.
That evening, I'll give them to you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Are we doing a show? Yeah, I mean, we're doing a show that Friday.
Yes, we are.
Are we doing a show this Friday morning?
Yes, the 15th.
normal
Yeah,
show. Okay,
yeah,
but then the day stops, so the normal show stops. But Friday is definitely a show. Okay,
Yeah,
just double
and then all next week it's 11 to 1, maybe 2, and I didn't expect you to make any of them.
Maybe able to pop in for an hour.
Well, you got to try to give me an idea.
Okay.
Because I might have other people in here.
Oh.
So let's just figure out on you not being here at all next week.
Oh. Uh-oh.
No, see, no. Does that mess with your head?
No.
Does it make you mad?
No.
Does it make you have anxiety?
No.
This feels
It's
like
a
an
holiday
interrogation.
week. It's a holiday week.
Yeah. All right.
It's not the regular show.
All right. Perfect.
I get it.
Perfect.
I'm not.
So you're okay.
I'm cool.
Okay. Then we'll just figure out who we'll put in there.
Sounds good.
I'll be there every day.
No, Dan. You cannot.
I'm here.
You cannot.
Jennifer,
So
cancel
now I'm
all
not
my
allowed.
appointments.
Now I'm not allowed on campus.
So, by the way, Merch Crick, I'll be upstairs after the second show today. It's today's the second.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'll be up to go through all this ring gate on who we don't have to necessarily, like your brother. I can give his ring to him loose.
Right.
And then 3 weeks later, see him and say, "Here, Jay, here, and Steve, here's your boxes for your rings."
Right.
Yeah.
They're not going to be tore up that they didn't get their ring in a box.
They'll
But
be fine.
meanwhile, like Tom Bean, I wouldn't give that. Tom would be like, "I don't want it until it's in a box. Just keep it at your house."
Really?
Tom would be like, just keep it at your office, and then when you finally get a box, come and bring it to me. I just don't want it laying around with no box. So Tom would be that guy.
Yeah.
So listen, some of my dear friends, maybe Travis.
Iggy already said that he'll get it without the box.
Iggy, look at Iggy all jacked up.
I know.
How's he doing?
Good.
I heard he is absolutely positively going. If he would ever see Joe the Supermark and in real life, he would kill him. I guess there's a real big real big thing going on.
Yeah.
There.
Yes.
What have you been?
Care to elaborate?
Yeah. Does anybody care to elaborate? Because Lumpy, you're kind of.
I don't really know much. I think Lummy knows.
You're the chat captain, are you not?
Yes, I am. I am the chat captain.
And is it something?
It's Chat King.
Okay,
that's what he called me. Chat King.
Chat God.
You went from a captain. You went from a god.
Yes.
To just a stupid captain.
Yeah.
That's what I think of your skill set.
Thank you so much.
So sorry. No, I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry. All right, so you're chat god.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were chat Jesus. I should be chat God.
I'll be Chat Jesus.
Okay,
Thank
chat
you.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm your son.
My stupid one. Can you imagine if God? I mean, if Lummy was the son of God, God would have to say, "Hey, my son's a little, stupid."
Yeah, that's why he died on the cross. What an idiot.
Yeah, I'm gonna nail him right up here on this cross.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trick him into. I'm gonna trick. Can you imagine if Jesus was so dumb he got tricked onto the cross?
Yeah, how many times he's gonna save people? What an idiot.
That's the testament that they're not going to tell you on, right? That Jesus actually got bamboozled on the shell game.
Yeah, they cut that chapter out. The bamboozle chapter.
And here's the other thing, man. Like if Jesus really did, if he really did roll around here as a human being, I mean, they always depict him as such a good-looking, like almost hanging tin
white guy
surfer dude. They almost make him look like like Jesus is kind of like a surfer dude. I bet you Jesus got all. I mean, I know he didn't because the religions that he represents says he cannot. But I mean, can you imagine the ass he could have gotten? He would have been like Leonardo DiCaprio rolling around here.
Oh, easy.
Oh, definitely.
Jesus would have had like, listen, man, if you're 22, you're too old for me. I only like 8. I don't even know there were rules back then during when Jesus ruled.
I think there were. No.
I don't think there were 8. You have to be 18-year-old rules. And if you're Jesus and you're like 26, 27, rolling around like a
there's no
surfer,
age of consent.
Yeah, but back then they were stoning people for adultery. So I mean, it may be a tough one.
Not
to
Jesus.
Go around. They're not
Can't
going to
stone Jesus.
Well, they
Jesus
crucified
goes,
him instead.
Jesus goes, listen, you cannot stone
Well, he never
me.
got married, right?
I'm the son
he
of
didn't break any
God.
rules.
You can't stone me, dude. I'm the son of God,
That's
man.
right.
Seriously, dude.
Think about how good of a surfer he could be.
I wish somebody. You know how Mel Gibson did Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would do like Passion of Jesus, but it was like if Jesus was like Jesus
But it was a comedy.
But yeah,
It was a rom-com.
It was kind of a comedy, and Jesus was like Matthew McConaughey, real.
From Dazed and Confused.
But just Jesus just rolled.
all right.
Jesus just rolled around like a cool dude, like just all right. Okay, man, what do we need here? Hey, Jesus, man, we're starving. We don't have any food. All right, man. Well, let me say, dude, I think I could probably turn some of this water into wine. And boom, there you go. Now we got
2
wine.
fish and 100 fish.
Boom, hold on. You got 2 fish here? Yeah. Hold on. All right, dude. Let me see. Hold on. Hey, Dad, man, give me some powers, dude, so I can really make these fish so that everybody can eat. Hold on. Abracabam. Woohoo! Can you imagine if Jesus had the Ric Flair?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Back in the day?
Yeah, after a big miracle with a woo!
Can you imagine, Jesus?
That'd be awesome.
Jesus, how are we going to get to the other side? We're going to get killed if we lived here, and there's this big rushing river that no human being's ever been able to cross. Oh, hold on. Hey, Dad, man, we need to get across this river, man. It's really violent and everything, dude. We're gonna get killed if we stay over here. Can you part the sea, dude? Can you so we can walk through here?
That was Moses,
Yeah,
but Jesus walked on the water.
All right, whatever.
Which is why
hold
he's
on.
so good at surfing.
Hold on.
Isn't he a surfer?
Hey, Dad, these people here in this village, they don't think that I'm got any special powers or anything. So can you give me, I'm going to walk, can you give me the walk on the water gimmick real fast?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. And can you imagine, listen to this. Oh, dang it. Can you imagine that you're back in these days and we're looking at each other. This numbnut thinks he can walk on water. And yeah, whatever. And then he goes and walks on water. I would be like, man, I'm a believer in whatever that dude's slinging,
No
right?
kidding, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd be like,
that's a
hey, I'll
miracle.
follow that guy to wherever he says whatever. I can't live by some of these rules. They're kind of strict. Because, I mean, right? And if you were to truly live by the Christian rule, I mean, it's no fun. Like you're not
Pretty
supposed
violent
to,
stuff.
You're not
too.
supposed to have sex unless you're trying to have a kid.
That's not actually in the rule.
It's not.
No, that's an interpretation, and that's one interpretation.
Well, you're
So,
also not. You're not supposed to use contraceptive.
that's again. They
That
didn't have
is not-
condoms back 2,000 years ago.
So that's
They would
another-
just,
No
you know,
latex.
So you think, Dan? So you think maybe the pullout might have been? I mean, you
the
think?
pullout probably worked pretty well back then. Like it was now.
It takes a lot of energy to be this stupid. Bubba the Love Sponge.
It was, artificial interpretation of a chapter in a Bible that was translated 15 different ways to Sunday.
It was originally written in Aramaic.
I think so, yeah. And then Greek. A lot of them went Greek fast because no one read Aramaic except for the locals. So it was useless to write in that. So when they were writing to the Romans and the Ephesians and all the other people, like the letters, they were in Latin or Greek. That's what people spoke. And plus, Rome was in Jerusalem at the time, so there was Latin all over the place at the time.
Yeah, Power Pig, hello. Bernie.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wasn't the Steed one? Wasn't that when?
I said Thomas Aquinas or something.
Yeah, Power Pig Egg.
Like he interpreted it that way.
But it was in Genesis.
Maybe
though.
Power Pig
They were
Egg.
talking about.
Yeah, this motherfucker would know.
Hold on. They were talking about what's his name? Not Judah. One of them banging his brother's wife.
Probably bad.
Well, that's adultery.
But he was. Well, no, he was told to go do it so he could have a family because his brother couldn't get her pregnant.
Right.
And he was
That was
supposed to
after
go do his
Moses.
brother.
That was after Moses, right?
It was in Genesis.
Was it Moses part of Genesis?
Toward the
Yes.
end. Yeah.
Moses is in Genesis.
I know, toward the end.
Not Moses.
Yeah, they really
Noah.
did a lot.
Yeah,
Noah.
yeah,
It was
Noah.
Noah's kid.
Yeah.
It was one of Noah's kids that had to fuck the other kid.
Onan.
It was Noah, right?
Yeah.
So
You're right.
Noah's ark is part of Genesis.
Yeah.
Moses is part of Exodus.
And they said he didn't blast her and come in her. He put it on the floor.
And that was bad.
And they said, yeah, you wasted your seed because you're supposed to get her pregnant. Don't waste your seed.
That was
That was no one. I mean, that's what the Jewish people believe in.
Hey, the fuck.
Don't waste your seed when you're trying to get someone pregnant, but when you're not trying to get someone pregnant, it's about wasting seed.
Exactly. It was only when you're fucking
fertilizing the grass that I just poisoned with my urine.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's why he was talking about, when you're fucking your brother's wife, make sure you.
Yeah, make sure you come inside her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, Bubba doesn't sound too bad.
Sorry. So, Jewish Bible was originally written almost entirely in Hebrew with a few short moments in Aramaic. Huh. The New Testament was written in a form of, I've never seen that word before, Koine Greek?
Where is it? Oh. It was ancient Greek.
I guess that's when it was all written together in like one book.
But when they were writing letters to the Romans and stuff like that, they were probably writing it in Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Or Greek, because the Romans read Greek.
Yeah, you said that it was originally. Oh yeah, because I'm reading Meditations and it was originally written in Greek, even though.
Because that was the
that was like
French,
the
learned language, yeah.
And like you said, all the like Aristotle, Socrates, like they all
those things were Greek. Anyone that had any kind of like classical knowledge could be Greek.
I think Aristotle was Alexander the Great's mentor. Last night I was watching this thing on Hannibal. That motherfucker was a badass. Holy shit. Never lost a battle, but
What they did, they just let him fucking get bored. They stopped confronting him. The Romans, they said, listen, he was afraid to conquer, go straight to Rome.
yeah, so he went through the Alps with his fucking elephant.
Yeah, but a lot of them died. But he kind of like meandered through Italy for like a year and a half. And they
Who
just
did?
stopped. They just
Well,
stopped.
he actually
Who did?
Hannibal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
just stopped confronting him because every time they confronted him, he'd decimate the soldiers.
And he never actually like invaded
Rome.
What he did was he was like burning down the surrounding areas,
Yeah.
dragging them out, and made the Romans look like fucking like losers.
Right.
It's like,
And
oh,
then
you
they just
can't
stopped. They just
defend
stopped
your
tangling
land.
with him, and then he went away. Just like if you take the string away from the cat gets bored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That motherfucker came from like Algeria, and I guess during the First Punic War, his navy was decimated, so he couldn't go by sea, so he went by land through like Spain. Had a little skirmish with the Romans, like lost a little skirmish, so then like fuck, so then went through the Alps.
I bet he picked up more people on the way. He picked up more
Yeah,
mercenaries.
because he had the elephants, and so they were like really
Cool.
impressed, and they also hated the Romans as well, like all the like some of the Gauls and stuff.
There was one battle where he had his guys like hiding underwater.
Yeah.
And the Roman soldiers were there, and all of a sudden they were
Rebecca,
ambushed.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
The
smart.
River, yeah.
He was really smart.
Yeah.
No, Hannibal was not an Arab. Was he?
From Algeria. There's some conjecture because They,
I thought he was more African.
Well, here's the thing. They they chose Denzel Washington. I guess he's doing like a Netflix Hannibal deal, and some people are like, that's not him. He wasn't black.
Kind of like
Did
you don't think Cleopatra as a black woman?
Yeah, that also got a lot of heat too.
I apologize for interrupting your regular program.
Yo, Power Pick, hello.
Should hit these with everything we got, sir.
Living vicariously through his bizarre world. Imagine how much protein's in my body. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Thank you. That's how we stay on the air, cousin. And I think payroll's Thursday, ain't it? Yeah. Is it this Thursday or next? We get paid.
I thought it was this Thursday.
I think so. I think it is. So everybody needs to text me your bonuses. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you got any. Don't make them up, because I'll go back and check. See if you're lying or not. Then if you lie to me on a boat, let's just make this. Let me write this down.
All right.
In the Bible that might get lost here anytime soon, and which really won't make this law not really relevant. But if you lie to me on a bonus, because it's kind of the honor system. If you lie to me on your bonus, and I do go back and check, then you're instantaneously fired. I mean, right? I mean, as an employer. Right, Dan, if it was the honor system and you had a deal worked out with, one of your employees, they do X amount of dollars of Botox, blah, 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 then you get them, you have some kind of.
Yeah, my estheticians get that for they get bonuses based on productivity.
Sure. And
Merch.
and they lie. It was kind of the honor system deal, and they lied to you. Like they were supposed to get $100 and they said $3. And then you found out, isn't that instant firing?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Did you get my text?
What do you mean? Yeah, I saw your text. I got your text, but it's funny, but you shouldn't interrupt me when I'm in the middle of my, when I'm on the air. You shouldn't be texting me, buddy.
You said to text you.
Oh, but Text me if your number is greater than 0, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Listen, nobody's come. I know I continue the let me just alert you that I'm going to continue the woes me continuation of Bubba's continuation of the woes me, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., hasn't he declared himself a candidate for the
independent?
Yes.
Right, as an independent. So this is a 2024 presidential nominee. He's good. I mean, he's gonna be on the ticket.
I saw his campaign bus right by my apartment the other day.
You did?
Yeah, it was the one that Pinecrest had wrapped.
But I got to tell you, I mean, everybody would agree this guy is going to be on the ticket.
Yes,
this guy is
a candidate.
This guy could be the next president of the United States. He's at least in the game that you got. There's one game you got to be playing in order to be the president, and he got invited to the game.
Well, kind of. They're trying to block him.
Well, but they won't be able to. But so this guy's pretty high up. Like this guy's pretty high up, and I think this is kind of a bigger issue than people are making about it. And like, this guy isn't suffering anything from this egregious act. One would think that would. Well, let me just play it.
Right. Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you?
I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet 2 times. I was on it.
So hold on now. RFK Jr. presidential candidate. He was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet 2 different times.
Yeah.
Now with his wife.
And kids, I think.
And kids.
In 1993.
Oh, I didn't know the kids.
Apparently, Ghislaine had it out for his wife.
And I was on it, and I went to Florida with my wife and 2 children to visit my mom over Easter. My wife had some kind of relationship with Glenn Maxwell, and they offered us a ride to Palm Beach. So I went.
Now, have they broke it down further?
No.
By saying that
it was like sexual or not? I don't know. It sounds like it was sexual, and you could see Jesse's face. He's like,
like, listen, it does. I mean, like, I would be completely honest. I wouldn't be just saying it just for it to be titillation. But like, if he said it and it sounded like it was kind of a friendship deal, I would be, yep, it was a friendship deal. But the way he frames it, to me, sounds sexual.
Yes.
Some sort of relationship. The way he said it,
he wouldn't say it like that.
He said it like purposefully ambiguous.
Whereas if it was a friendship,
she was also friends with Dwayne. Yeah,
you would say my wife and Jazine were close friends.
Yeah, they did charities together.
Okay, that's it. Boom. Good friends, close friends.
Mm-hmm.
You could use those 2 words.
Yeah.
Right. But when they're bumping when they're scissor sisters.
Yeah.
Then maybe you have to frame it like this way, so that because he has to be careful. Every word he speaks is being analyzed, and so he has to be truthful. So this is probably enough for him to be able to say, when in all actuality they were sexual, and he can say, like, this is about as wishy-washy as you can say it without saying it. And being able to cover your ass by saying,
I think you could have just omitted that completely and not mention your wife at all.
I don't know. Here.
With Glenn Maxwell, and they offered us a ride. My wife had some kind of relationship with Glenn Maxwell, and for Easter, my wife had some kind of relationship with Glenn Maxwell, and
again, man, that absolutely screams of bumping monkeys, does it not?
Something, yeah. It's a weird way of talking about it.
They're bumping monkeys.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now.
Well, at least we can all fantasize.
They offered us a ride to Palm Beach, so I went then, and
I'm only fantasizing about one woman that's politically connected to anything, and that is the chick from Sarasota that's husband's in hot water.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mentioned to you her
hot.
name. I mentioned to you her name about 8 months ago, if you remember.
Were you with her?
Nope. I've talked about it in context of somebody else. Remember?
No.
You should.
You maybe have to take me outside to refresh me.
Another occasion, I flew.
May I?
What?
Text it to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I know what it is.
Again, with my family, with I think 4 of my children, and Mary, my wife, to Rapid City, South Dakota, to go fossil hunting for a weekend, and but otherwise, I was never on his jet alone. I've been very open about this from.
Well, listen, he would never was he not. Oh, okay. Oh my God.
Right? That was the name I gave you.
No, hold on now.
Back then.
I know, and you were hot on confirming it and couldn't get it confirmed for us to go on in order to cause a bunch of problems because we had to have it double insulated.
Right. But it seems a little more plausible now, don't it?
It very much is. Oh, my God.
Dan is stamping his feet.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Hold on.
He's excited.
Now that, Dan, now that her life is an open book now. She is
Sorta.
gone. Well, she's gone from not, people really not really digging deep into her. She was just a school, on a member of the school board. That's it. So people didn't get really. But now with that twist or potential, people could really start forensically investigating this, and there might be something to that. Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now, if that happens, then the other person that you wrote me, that person, their life might be over.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Sketchy, huh?
This was in
The one thing about RFK though here, Anna, is he was on Epstein's plane, but they never went. He never went to the island, and both
it's totally legit.
Both times that he was on, he was with his wife and his children, and they weren't doing anything creepy at all.
So maybe the two wives, but whatever. Who cares?
Yeah,
They're both adults. It doesn't
cool.
matter.
Right. Wouldn't mind seeing that video.
Yeah, right.
93, so it was 30 years ago. It was before anybody knew about Jeffrey Epstein's, his nefarious issues. And I agree with you that all of this information should be released. And we should get real answers on what happened to Jeffrey Epstein and any of the high-level political people that he was involved with. All of that should be open to the public. It should be absolutely...
Now, did they do an extensive investigation on his death, or was it just a big hodgepodge deal?
Well, what do you mean?
Like
who was investigating the death? The FBI, who knew about him for years but covered it up because they're all in bed with Epstein.
That's what I'm saying.
Doing,
was there one of the big agencies that really did look into this deal?
I mean, yeah, they came to the conclusion that he killed himself.
Okay,
and there's no evidence of anything. All the cameras went down. The guards were asleep or were walking around, or everything is just so perfectly aligned for there to be just no evidence.
So at that point, then. Let's say that he was killed, okay?
Yeah.
Who killed him? Clinton?
No. Clinton wouldn't go and kill him. You have
No.
guys.
No. Who
orchestrated it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's behind it?
I would say if there was an orchestration, I think that the Clinton family had a lot to lose.
With this guy chapping, with this guy yapping, and going in front of a federal grand jury, and then going and being tried federally, right, for sex crimes, and then have to answer as to why such and such was on your plane this many different times, and these 7 very influential individuals were, is it true, Mr. Epstein, that as we look at the guest log, that Bill Clinton visited your island 6 times? Right?
If I were to venture a guess, I don't think it was someone just orchestrated by the Clintons. I think it was just it was a federal agent, because it wasn't just Clinton who was attached to this guy. Everybody knew what was going on, and they could not allow him to talk. I mean, a government is a house of cards, and you pull one card off, everything crumbles.
But why is the chick still alive?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Going along with that theory, you would think that she would be off by now.
Yeah, I don't know.
But she hasn't spoken, though. She's kept her mouth shut.
Now let me ask you a question.
She has really, really deep ties into the intelligence agency, and I don't know if there's something there. I mean, I don't know if they'd kill her whole family. I don't know.
Why haven't they now? I
don't have the answers.
Let me ask you a question. Is RFK and his wife still together?
She killed her. She killed herself.
His first wife?
Yeah. Oh, second wife, Mary Richardson.
No, the one that was involved with Jazine.
Yeah, she hung herself. They said
she did.
Yes.
Why aren't we looking at that?
Whoa.
Wow.
2012.
So hold on. So I mean,
were they married at the time of her suicide?
Yeah. No. They just got divorced.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that was.
This is so dirty. This is so Kennedy / Clinton / right.
Yeah.
You know what? It is really a dirty game.
It is a dirty game.
What, damn, it's lucky. I bitch about how I've been screwed with and kept down, but I'm lucky they didn't kill me. For real. I'm kind of lucky that.
You're not deep state.
Oh, you don't, bitch. You don't think the people that have done things against me aren't deep state? It's deep Bubba state. It's deep Radio Corp state. It's not deep governmental state.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's a different deepness.
Sure.
It's a different business.
Sure.
It's still a dirty game.
It's always a dirty game.
But you know what, Bubba? This is the way government and politics and the ruling class have acted for 3,000 years. They've been living under their own guise, their own standards, their own morals, their own ethics. They have been above and beyond the law for thousands of years. And it's the reason that country after country tries to reform this evil system where the ruling class gets to do whatever they want and just exploit the lower classes and the non-ruling classes. And they'll send the poor to fight their battles. They'll rip apart the resources of the country for their own good. They take advantage of their citizens, and they have absolutely no moral or self-respect. And that's society.
And it's not even a cultural thing. It's not like it's a Western thing. It's not an Eastern thing, an Arab thing. It's a human thing. And even when there is a revolution and there's a game change, like, I don't know, like the Bolsheviks or, maybe the French Revolution or something like that, where the peasants rise up and overtake. As soon as they claim power, the same thing happens because humans are just greedy. I mean, they're just greedy. And here's the thing. No one is watching the watchers, right? So if you have all the power and you're watching everybody else, no one's watching you. So you can do whatever the hell you want. And it's sad because even though the American system is corrupt and every system is corrupt, it's the least corrupt because at least we have different governing bodies that are kind of pretending to watch each other versus like someplace like, I don't know, China or Russia, where you have one essentially a dictator doing whatever they want.
But what Anna's saying, and to summarize it, is no matter what form of government you have, the power is concentrated in the hands of a few.
Of course.
And so true communism, the way it was originally designed, prevents that. But communism and the physical manifestation of communism is, again, a totalitarian state with the power in the hands of a few.
Yeah, but what Karl Marx didn't take into consideration is that humans are, by design, hierarchical creatures. You know, we have to. That's the way that we assemble. We're a social group.
Hey, Lummy.
Yeah.
You and I, we're hierarchical credentials.
Yeah, hierarchical
Creatures.
credentials.
Yeah.
We always are organized into hierarchies.
Me and Lummy, anytime.
So he's a leader,
listen,
king,
I just want to let you know,
emperor.
I'm going to interrupt you. Anytime that you make Lummy and I part of the cool group, and like when you're talking just about human beings and it sounds real fancy, I'm always going to say, hey, Lummy, we're hierarchy creatures.
We're hierarchy credentials.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, Anna, proceed.
I mean, that's pretty much it. So true communism can never exist because, humans are always fighting for status, power, hierarchy, dominance. It's the way that we are. And most animals.
And there's always going to be a Lummy.
Two stupid guys?
No,
Is
one
that what
one
you're
guy
saying?
controlling the other.
Oh, I thought you were
Both stupid, but one is, in charge.
Uncensored, unfiltered, unfettered.
Thanks for the info.
Uncensored, unfiltered, and unfettered. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Steve.
Are we ever getting a copy from Southwest Photo Golf Cards?
I'm not on coke.
Yeah, I did that to you about a week ago.
Okay.
Do you want?
Ooh, buddy.
I'll reprint it.
Getting cracked out. Oh, Bubba, I did the sauna for 45 minutes yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's awesome. You should sauna.
I've done it. I used to own one, but I gave it away when I had to move.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Anyways,
I had an infrared $high cedar badass sauna. Yeah.
Did you have a steam room or was it a dry sauna?
Dry sauna.
Those are the best.
That's what I had.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm a sauna bitch. Love that shit.
You got Giant Recreation World up. He's gone.
Yes.
For the did we get the Dixieland chicken thing up? I'm talking about HQ.
The Dixieland chicken? No, we didn't put the Dixieland chicken up. Giant Wreck is up, yes.
What's that?
Giant Wreck is up, yes, not the Dixieland chicken.
I didn't hear what you said.
Giant Wreck is up. The Dixieland chicken is
Oh, okay.
up.
Giant Wreck is up. Okay.
Yes.
If you don't have a Dixieland chicken, you want me to re-record it, or do you have one?
I have one.
All right, put it up.
Okay.
Yeah, brought him back here. There's drinks back here.
Because he'll geo-target it.
Okay.
Maybe they're in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'll send that to Mike. Morning, Lummy.
We got semi-autographs up?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Southwest Florida golf carts, we got them, right?
No, I need you to cut one. I'll get you the read and everything.
I got it right here.
Okay. Good morning, Jay. Good morning.
Did I cut any of these? Hey, it's Bubba, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. Watch the show live Monday through Friday. Did I do any of those? Huh?
No, you have not.
Oh, fuck. I did seal coat and paving?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Okay. So maybe right after the show, I might roll some of this in.
Okay, no problem.
Because I'm not gonna start my podcast till I'm not gonna start the after show till about 25 after, and then I'll have Riggs be on at 10:30 or something like that.
I sent you, Bubba, just so you know right now, this is what is up. I messaged you.
Oh, okay, hold on.
How are you?
I'm well. Yourself?
Good.
Good. Great.
Oh, okay.
Damn, we're just breaking down society and human nature pretty well.
Well,
Pretty
there's a few things I'm
astute
interested in.
observation.
Yeah.
On you both. I mean, you guys can go into it. Do you ever see those studies on prisoners where they let prisoners become the guards, and then within a very short time they start exploiting the power that the guards exploited against them, as though they were the guards. Within.
I haven't seen that, but
Yeah,
I've seen it.
it's a study years ago, like maybe 30 or 40 years ago.
I mean, even within the prison. Like,
Yeah,
forget about the guards, but just like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They let the prisoners
exert on each other.
their own little ecosystem. You're right.
Yeah. So. It's interesting how that happens.
You can hear Bubba FM up to 7-Eleven.
You can?
You probably can hear it to the hotels too.
Hey, Mont, your drinks on that little stool by the AED.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Brother.
These couches sag. He's a flip job. Yeah, he's one of those. Yeah, remember that little board we used to put underneath the couch to make it sit straight? I think I still get those. It's sag in the middle.
Oh.
So, yeah, if you sit up on the edge, you can get up high, but if you sit down here, it's like.
You just.
Let's get down to business.
If you were locked away in an insane asylum,
Maybe it's time you let me get on with my job.
this is what it would sound like.
I don't think that Americans would find that funny.
No, it is not a joke.
Now,
Always made it kind of feel like it keeps Danny in check, but I think it's turned into a triggering Danny. Oh, hold on. I got. Oh, there you. There. You there, Jay?
I am.
Right.
I almost used to think of, when you rolled in as the younger brother, but the head of the firm. He is. You could never be the doctor that he is, and he could never be the lawyer you are.
True.
And I know, and I think that just based on years of experience, Dan will never be able to live as long and to be able to accumulate the amount of trial and
right.
He just
the time.
His body. He's timed out.
He's timed.
Like
He's
Logan's
not timed
run.
out exactly. So with that came a certain decorum. You being the senior partner, but we've since after yesterday we've thrown that right on out, man, and realized that you two are just two brothers that will just argue till you damn near draw blood verbally. You do, in fact, and verbal wise, you do draw blood. You guys just go at it, don't you?
Only here. Danny and I have the most mellow relationship in real life. We never argue with each other. We get along swimmingly. But what was it? Was it the subdural hematoma boy comment? Which one was it?
No, I think, Jay, don't double down on the
I'm just wondering which one it was.
No, we're not going to go through which one it is.
We've teased Danny about that forever, and he's teased me about my little legs forever. I mean, we're really, it's just very open.
And what do you tease Steve about?
His short temper and his fuse.
And his short body.
No, we do not go there.
You don't?
No, heck no. We
don't ever talk about he's the shortest one ever.
Well, and you don't make jokes about people's physical appearances. You make jokes about things they can change.
Well, we do. We make jokes about physical appearances all the time. We just that Steve's height's out of bounds. We all know that. We all know that that's where you don't go, right?
True.
Okay, then. That's really, if you think about it, you can cut on Cheragante in any way. You can cut on me on any way. You can cut on Pity on any way. I think, Jay, we can pretty much cut on you anyway. We can cut on Dan anyway. But you don't ever talk about Steve's height, ever.
Yeah, and don't touch his hair because his hair is like Jimmy's ears.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, I don't listen.
Off limits.
Not that I do that.
Let me tell you something.
He will fight you.
I have touched Jimmy's ears.
I know.
I have never, nor would I even think about touching Steven's hair. But now, there's not too many other human beings that would say they would even attempt to touch Jimmy's ear.
No.
But Jimmy and I have this little understanding. He knows I love ears, and so early on in our relationship, I gave him just like my standard. That's kind of like if I like you or not. That's my way.
It's a sign of affection.
And it's really not like it's almost creepy on paper, but it works organically in my own little kind of. I'm a touchy-feely.
Only you could really pull
I'm a
that
touchy-feely kind of guy.
Just like the Bandit.
And so, like when it's not uncommon for me, like if I was to walk Jay out, sometimes I'll walk him to his car, and the whole time I got my hand around his shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm maybe grabbing his right ear. I'm giving a little finger flick,
pulling on my wrist.
Yeah, grabbing his trap, squeezing his trap, checking his core, grabbing his triceps.
For sure.
Like as we're talking, like same way with Danny. I'll give Danny a Bandit right in the butt, just bam, right up there.
Thank you, sir. May have another.
And so Jimmy, I first met Jimmy, and I just, I don't even ask if you, once I feel close enough to you, then I feel that I can just do that, and you're just going to understand that I'm a very touchy-feely kind of guy, and that's me. At very few times have I've usually at that time spent quite a bit of time with this person so that I feel comfortable enough that I'm not going to get a rejection. Because, it would really, can you imagine if somebody said, Bubba, don't grab my ear like that. I feel very uncomfortable. I'd be like, whoa, now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Now you're making me feel bad. So I did. So I became close enough to Jimmy. We're out screwing around. I don't know, it was one of my clubs or something like that.
We're on our way to the Super Bowl. I'll never forget it. We were in the limousine.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll never forget it.
And you're right. And I grabbed it, and Jimmy looked at, and first of all, the entire limousine was just, you could have heard a pin drop.
Like Eddie Murphy walking into the country bar.
Right.
We all looked up and
so hold on. It was all of us, man, and we're all in, and I'm sitting right by Jimmy, and I give him a just like a big, man, we're going to the Super Bowl, Jimmy.
Like an ear flick.
Dan and Jay and you and me and
Rob Adams.
And Rob Adams. And we got VIP parking.
Yep.
Your dad we had tickets on the 35. Fabrizi was there, and so I go and I grab Jimmy's ear. Now I've grabbed probably everybody in that limo's ear one time or another because I love them and they're my boys.
Yep.
They're my boy. Like, you're my boy if I grab your ear. And I grab Jimmy's ear thinking, okay, like, Jimmy's my boy. And the whole entire limo just, like, didn't say nothing. And Jimmy goes, Bubba, don't ever grab my ear like that again. Ever. I go, okay, Jimmy, I'm so sorry. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. So then I get alone with him. I go, Jimmy, I got a problem. You understand? Like, if I like somebody, I have to grab their ear. It's
just the way you're wired.
It's like, yeah, it's like, like I'm not going to be able to be as close with you to be my home. Like if I don't.
Wow, master manipulator over here. That is genius.
I need to have ear privileges.
For real. I'm being for real. It was we were on the I can remember when we had this conversation. We were on the Spartacus, and we were out and we were out in the back there. You know where they have the chair and they can like.
The fighting chair.
They have the chair where they can like seat belt you in.
The cockpit.
You got a big one going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just tell Fabrice to put it on the automatic, like hit the button and let's bring it in. You know,
the electric reels.
Yeah, that's what we use. Be like, man, I'm gonna sit and fight this fish for 2 hours, or can I reel it up, buddy? Woo! So I go, Jimmy. And Jimmy was on his boat nonstop. He's scrubbing and making sure everything's so cool and everything's just spick and span. I go, Jimmy. Listen, I just want to let you know, when I grabbed your ear in the limo that time, I know you're really mad. He goes, buddy, listen, let me tell you something. Nobody touches my ears. Like, I have cauliflower ears from wrestling all the years that I did, and they hurt. They genuinely hurt. Like, my ears physically hurt if you touch them. They hurt. So I go, okay, I know all that.
So you're like, so it's cool?
I can remember like this, like it was yesterday. I go, okay, I get all that. I get it. But can you allow me, so when I see you, and instead of giving I'm an ear grabber, okay? And so can I just really, really, really daintily just give you just a little deet, every time I see you? Like, can I be the one guy that goes up and goes, deet? I go, Jimmy, I promise it will never be hard. It won't be the stand. Okay, I'll taco the hell out of Dan. Dan's got the most pliable. Dan's got really nice ears. He does. Dan's got like
grabbing ears.
Well, you got like your ears, Dan.
Like handles.
I'm not trying to like say there's you have no flaws at all, Dan. But your ears are a little flippy floppy.
Yeah, they're not cauliflower. They're flexible.
So Dan's got some decent ears.
I was an ear model.
Jay's got some ears. I think I've only grabbed Steve's ear maybe a couple, but if I remember, I think Steve's got the smaller ears than you guys.
Yeah, because he's got a big mouth and small ears.
Well, hold on.
Whoa.
Jay,
Dear.
will you be my witness to say that I did not say that?
You didn't prompt
that. Your brother said that? So Jimmy goes, so we're on the back of Spartacus, and Jimmy goes, I'm going to tell you right now, yes, you can grab my ear every time you see me. Like because we used to go bowling all the time. Like I saw Jimmy a couple times a week. Jimmy's my boy. I love him. I love Jimmy.
That was so much fun.
And then we were on him and I were on a couples league for 2 years too.
You as a couple?
No, yeah, me and Jimmy as a couple. That's before Dan. I dumped Jimmy for you.
That's right.
So Jimmy's number 2 now. You're my number 1 boyfriend.
So we can do a couples bowling together.
So Jimmy told me, he said, I'm telling you right now, yes, you can grab my ear, but if it hurts or you go crazy or you do it the way you do the Diaco's ears, because I've seen the way you literally banjo those ears. I got water sand in Dan's ear. I go crazy on Dan's ear. He goes, if you do any of that, I cannot necessarily promise I won't just reactionally punch you in the mouth. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So we've had that agreement ever since, and every time I see little Jimmy, I just go, hey, Jimmy, boom. And everybody sees it, and they're like, oh, my God. Bubba's really got something that nobody can grab Jimmy's ear, even like that.
I would be afraid that I did it too hard.
Yeah, he'll kill you.
Much too hard.
He will kill you. Jimmy will.
Yeah.
So after the Super Bowl, you guys all hanging out on the Spartacus without our knowledge. Secret boat.
That was so fun.
I bet the whole time you guys like, where are the Diacos?
No, see, here's the deal.
All those fun weekends.
But
So
hold
here's
on.
what pisses me off. There were some amazing trips on that boat that I missed out on
There
because he was
were.
trying to keep it from me. Like, I gave it 2 rats' asses if he had a boat or not. But being excluded from some of those trips.
You missed the strip ship
I
one
know.
and two.
I know.
They missed all that stuff.
I know. And here's the deal. Jimmy, and to stick up for Jimmy.
Right.
Jimmy never, ever, 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 ever told me not to tell you.
Really?
Like he never said, "Hey, don't tell the Diacos I got a boat 5 slips down from them." Literally for 5 years. Literally, their boat was 5 slips away.
DeMatty screwed up and showed Steven some pictures of fish they caught.
So hold on now. So I never was like Jimmy never took me aside and said, "Hey, don't let the Diacos know I have this boat." He never said that. I just think he just thought you guys would never really get.
Well, all I had to do was walk down like 18 feet, and I would have seen a big giant boat named Spartacus. Wondering.
But you
what
didn't.
metrosexual Greek owns this boat?
But you didn't, did you? You always just park. You never
Right
went
to his slip.
Right. You were
Never went that extra 30
You're
feet.
such a douche and such a VIP that you cannot park more than one spot away from your area. God forbid that you parked 5 spots away, which would have put you right behind Spartacus.
Yep.
And you would have seen what badass jacked up Greek guy would have a boat named Spartacus. There's only one jacked ass rich Greek dude that I know that would name his boat Spartacus, and his name's James Clevis.
Yeah.
Yep.
He knew if he parked it in plain cover, Danny would never find it.
Hiding in plain sight.
Hiding in plain sight,
Man,
right next to
Dan.
him, 2 slips over.
No, but here's what you dumbasses should have done. For real. Dan, you know the money pit that you know that the money pit that Vanquish was, right?
Right.
Okay, just boom. And Jimmy told me at one time how much it cost, and he kept Spartacus as nice as you kept Vanquish, but it just was a newer boat in general.
Right.
So
Newer systems, everything.
yeah.
It was just easier to deal with.
Exactly. Comparable in luxury and in
It was nicer. No, his boat was nicer than our boat. I think
as
our
far
boat
as-
was 5 feet bigger, but his boat was nicer.
But as far as comparable in capacity,
Yeah, they're similar in size, 55, 60 feet.
and what you're going to use it for,
Right.
it's an open fish yacht kind of deal.
Right,
they
sport fish.
Both the same applications. His that much newer and probably
How long? How many feet each?
Mine was 60. I think his was 55.
yeah, his something like that. So what? So the
They're
money.
big boats.
So the money you
Oh,
spent,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and
he
you
spent
know,
triple.
And hold on. So can you imagine if you guys would have all got together, right? And you would have said, "Hey, Dan, instead of spending $12,000 a month on your boat, and I'm spending $15,000 a month on my boat,
let's pool it.
Let's get a $25,000 a month boat and own it together,
oligarch style."
I mean, right?
Danny and Steven and Rob Elder did that.
That's how we did our boat.
They did it smart. That's why they did it for 20 plus years.
No, but okay. So take
We should
that,
split
but
it 3
take that
ways.
group. Hold on, take that group. Don't buy Vanquish. Don't buy Spartacus, and had Jimmy throw his money in on the Spartacus deal.
That's a much better
then
deal.
70-foot. Then you guys got a 75-foot boat, the kind you see Tiger Woods driving.
Right,
bitch. Just telling you. I remember one time, me and Steve and the families met down in the Bahamas, right? And Vanquish was a
big looking. It was a great boat.
It was a very nice boat.
It's like a classic car. It was a beautiful wood classic hull. People with the big $3 million boats would come down and take a look at it because it was so well maintained and it was beautiful.
Now I've assumed that you invited Jimmy on your boat on Vanquish, right?
Always.
Oh,
I think he never missed a fishing trip.
Every trip.
Yeah. Hold on.
Every freaking trip.
But hold on.
Every single one.
For 20 years.
But just to talk about in the boat world, Vanquish was a nice boat. Spartacus was a nice boat.
Yes.
But when we used to go to the Bahamas and take either boat, we all looked like small fries.
Yeah, the dinghies.
When Tiger Woods would come pulling in, remember Woods would pull in, or Paul Allen from Microsoft, or some of the real big dudes. Jimmy.
That marine is incredible.
Then
right?
literally, Dan, our boats looked like jet skis. Did they not?
Yep. Exactly. Old jet skis. The kind you stood up on.
Yeah, Tiger Woods 155-foot boat.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Tiger Woods was down there.
1/3.
Hey, listen, one weekend that Steve and I and the kids and the wives were down there.
Much too hard.
And I squeezed Nick much too hard. Tiger Woods was in the Bahamas, and he was in the same little marina area we were. And I'm like, Steve, look at that, brother. Oh my God. Him is unbelievable.
So Anna, they'd go
I
down
sent
and
you
stay
his
at the
boat.
Atlantis,
Yeah.
and they'd have the boat and the marina, and then they do like day trips on the boat. So they wouldn't stay on the boat; they'd stay at the Atlantis with the kids and their
Right.
wives, and they had like this incredible these incredible journeys.
You'd stay. See, so Anna, you'd stay at the hotel, so you got full hotel privileges.
How long would it take you to get there?
Well, we didn't.
Boat will be there.
Oh, no, we didn't get there.
That's what I'm saying.
We flew there on my private plane.
Right. And you said your captain down there.
And then Steve threw in the boat, so he had the boat waiting for us. So we had, rooms at the Atlantis, and then we'd take day trips out on the boat, fishing and for the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were
Private plane, private boat.
I mean, pretty pimp back in the day.
Pretty badass.
It's super killer.
God, I wish I could find an episode of the Diaco.
And wouldn't you do like sunset drinks out in the marina, go out to the boat and have hors d'oeuvres and stuff? Killer.
What would you rather have, Bubba? A $3 million boat or a $3 million jet?
Neither. Neither.
You could afford both of them without regard.
I'd rent them.
Even okay.
You're saying
you're not playing the game,
you could afford it without
Oh,
regard to cash.
I mean, so you're saying like money's no object.
No object.
Like money's okay. I'd have.
But no, you only have $3 million to blow on it, so you have to make a choice. You can either rent a boat or you can rent a plane, but you're going to own one.
Probably a plane.
Own the plane?
Yeah, because you can probably Part 35 it out and keep it running.
Mm-hmm. It's going to hold its value more, won't it, too, Bubba?
Yep, it holds its value more. Plus, you could you can charter it if you get the right.
Oh yeah,
you can charter it out all day. My old plane, my Cessna 414, is owned by a guy named Jeff Knight, who was a big sling and D in town. And my old plane flies every day. Various people that need to get like our old plane
I
guys.
wish we could have done that.
If you have to go as far as like Charlotte, that's where it starts. Like anything longer than Charlotte doesn't make sense.
Louisiana to North Carolina?
Oh, Louisiana to North Carolina.
To the Keys, to the Bahamas.
To the Keys, to the Bahamas.
The windows to the wall.
Even if you were to go to Jamaica.
Sorry.
It could make it there?
Oh, hell yeah, it could make it.
That's incredible. So all the Caribbean?
Let me see how many nautical. Hey, Alexa, how many nautical miles is Tampa to Kingston, Jamaica?
Hello.
Hey, Alexa, good morning.
Let me be.
Yes.
501 nautical miles.
Oh, yeah.
All day.
As far as distance goes,
what's the
difference between a mile and a nautical mile?
A nautical mile is like a knot, and it's a little longer.
A little bit longer? Okay.
But
just a little bit.
The range on that
less
plane,
than 10%.
I think the range on that plane, Jay, was about 1,000 miles. So, please, from here to
that gets
Kingston.
you pretty much halfway across the United States.
We're there. So, Dan, I have both of you in here as I don't know what's wrong with my Alexa. Hey,
She's
Alexa, good morning.
Do you think if you talk nice to her, she's going to start reacting?
I don't know.
Just like a woman. Good morning. But when he's mean, she shuts off. So.
Alexa, hello.
The internet isn't reachable.
Oh, hold on. She was just telling me something. Hold on.
The internet is not reachable?
Alexa, hello.
It's not connected.
Sorry, I didn't get that. The internet isn't reachable.
It's just as a setting, Macho Man will come in and give us. So, Jay, you have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's cute.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Dan, you got a daughter. She's cute. Going to be cuter. Both of your kids will blossom into beautiful young women one of these days, and then go to college and all that kind of stuff. And so, can you imagine if somebody took a picture of Sophia, like her face, or like her in a bikini? Like, I'm sure there's some pictures on her Instagram, Dan, of her at the beach. On the shore.
You probably just need the face, and then you can just,
Okay, whatever. I'm just saying, I'm sure there's some pictures of Sophia, like in either like a crew outfit or at least standing up or whatever. Somebody takes and they deep AI fake it, and AI faking so good, and they have a completely fake nude of Sophia. And then it goes to the school, and it completely circulates around school, and really it was a deep fake. I mean, would you not just be like, what's not stopping people from doing this?
That's cyberbullying. You'd go to jail for that. You should.
A mother of a 14-year-old daughter, they're advocating for better protections for victims of AI-generated nude images of the teen and other female classmates that were circulated around the high school in New Jersey. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country, officials are investigating an incident involving a teenage boy who allegedly used artificial intelligence to create and distribute similar images of other students also teen girls that attend a high school in suburbia South Seattle, Washington. The disturbing cases have put a spotlight yet again on the explicit AI-generated material that overwhelmingly harms children and women and is booming online at an unprecedented rate. According to analysis by an independent researcher that was shared with the Associated Press, more than 143,000 new deep-fake videos are posted online this year, which surpasses every other year combined.
Couple things.
So what are they doing?
Well, first of all, law needs to catch up to technology. Secondly, these are essentially like an art. It's like a piece of art. So, having a photograph of a young girl naked is illegal, but having a painting of a young girl naked is not. And so having the AI-generated image not be really a photograph, arguably, it's just a piece of art.
But instead, like the way my what is it? Let me the me shirt. Like how remember the picture of me, but it was really kind of art.
Yes,
like Andy Warhol kind of.
Yeah.
Gimmick.
So if you're saying, Dan, like if somebody took that, used and then kind of Andy Warholed it out and made it more art rather than photography, you're saying that that's the loop around?
Well, I think that's the argument that they're using for its protection because, again, it's not an image. It's not a photograph of that person. It's a generated image, no different than a cartoon.
But if you do a photoshopped image before AI, and I made an image of your face with a body with a really small D, and I sent that around, that's cyberbullying. Okay, and so I'm not. My defense is not. This is artwork.
That's
not
a great
child porn.
Okay, well, who said it was child porn? I'm saying is that's not a defense.
Cyberbullying's got no teeth.
Damn, that's what they're talking about. Parents
teeth. There's no teeth in the cyberbullying laws.
You're proving that that's what needs to change.
I just said that the
law adamant agreement, Bubba,
needs to catch up to technology. But right now, a AI image is no different than a drawing.
Asinine defense.
It's not an asinine defense. It's what's working, dude.
Maybe to a piece of artwork.
Well, maybe
but not to build.
Okay, show me where it hasn't.
Dan, that's not what this article is about.
Exactly.
This article is not about people that are taking deep fakes and making them into artwork. These are
I'm not saying it's making it artwork. I'm saying, but it already is artwork.
Like it's by law, I guess.
Art. It's
You're
not the photograph. I'm not defending it. I'm saying how it can be defended.
It can't be artwork if it depicts a nude body of a teenager that's lifelike and is made to trick people into thinking that that's what Sophia really looks like nude. Let me just
with the intent of harming her.
Hold on. Let me put it in terms that you might be able to understand. Sophia comes home today. She's crying uncontrollably.
I get it,
and
Bubba.
She's like, hold on. These two nerd boys who I told them no, that I didn't want to go out with them for the dance because I got this new boyfriend that lays on the couch with me and Romina, and so which is cool, and I like him. He's cool. Well, somebody took a picture of me, and it's going all around school, and it's this nude girl. It looks, and they matched it completely with my face. So it says, "Look what Sophia Diaco looks like nude."
And Dan would say it's cool. It's art.
I'm not saying it's cool. It's art. I'm not saying I approve of it, Jay. I'm just saying it's not a freaking photograph of her. That's what I'm saying.
So what does that have to do with whether the parents
who are
lobbying to get stronger laws to prevent this from happening to their
so
children?
they're also going to prevent people from making doodles of your daughter naked?
And then posting it to the rest.
Yes.
Yeah, Dan, that's correct.
So that's okay, but it's not
that's
child
not artwork.
porn.
It's like it
is artwork.
The 16-year-old artwork defense has never worked, Dan. Show me that one.
Okay. Show
me
where
asinine.
It's not asinine. It's the way they've gotten around it, Jay. It's
really?
not a
Where's
photograph
that from the article. You're just making that up.
I don't know that they've gotten away with it, Dan. I think they're looking into it now.
Because they've gotten away with it so far.
No, I don't think anybody's gotten away with it.
No, Dan.
I think everybody's gotten away with it, Dan. Not on the ruling of it was art, in the ruling that it's brand new and nobody knows what to do.
Exactly.
Nobody's gotten away with it on an art loophole. Everybody's gotten away with it because most municipalities and arresting agencies haven't seen this. This is brand new.
they don't have a law to prevent it, and so these parents are lobbying to let's make a law that prevents this from happening.
Well, there's a cyberbullying law. Jay just said there's a law for it.
It'd be like this. One of these days, I don't know if they have drone laws or not, but let's say I'm flying my drone, Dan, and you're flying your drone, and my drone crashes into your drone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have drone law right now. So we wouldn't. I don't know where you would even go to as to who's right and who's wrong, and how you would settle your indifference with your neighbor if your two drones jammed into each other. I don't think the cops could come out and say, "Well, I'm going to cite you, sir, for illegally driving your drone into Dan's property." Like, I don't think there's any laws applicable to that yet.
No.
Now we're going to have to probably one of these days come up with some of those laws, and I think that this AI has kind of caught us by the short hairs and not being really ready for it, and getting legislation and laws on the books saying that if you are a person that's found guilty of generating obscene or nude or objectionable images or likeness to be portrayed as a person that's not their real image without their consent, and it's been AI generated, that you're held liable to a certain extent. Like,
that's the law, Bubba.
I mean, there's going to be that law. I don't know if they've written that law.
I have a question. If the images are real, does the person who is distributing them, obviously they would get slapped with a child pornography distribution, whatever, possession.
Right.
And then would they additionally be charged with the cyberbullying as well?
It depends on the state.
Okay.
And then that's what I'm, not
because then it
every
would be
state
the equivalent of that minus the child pornography part.
Right. Not every state has criminal or civil penalties for cyberbullying. You remember that situation where the girl was encouraging suicide of that young boy?
Massachusetts.
And he did it.
And the laws were kind of weak at the time, and so states have started looking at these laws to try to change them to protect children.
Sure.
And they should be done to protect minors. And that's what this article is about, is how do you write a law? And Bubba just wrote it because he's been in the industry for so long. He used all the correct words. That's the way you write it.
Right.
And you should add the word minor in there.
Sure.
And if it was, and
well,
if you wrote it just like
minor
that,
can write the law and then pare it down and have stiffer penalties for minors.
Right.
Meaning, like, you can't do this to a 35-year-old MILF, just like you can't do it to a 12-year-old girl. But if you do it to a 12-year-old girl, you're in a whole nother league of hurt.
Correct.
Like you're on the child molestation, child exploitation world. That's far worse than just photoshopping the MILF you saw at Publix earlier today. She's at least an adult.
Vanna White was very instrumental in helping protect media people and actors and singers and famous people from other people ripping off their image, even in a cartoon, and trying to make money off of it.
Hold on,
Aaron Andrews.
Hogan got one.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I got a call where I have it written. I have it around here. It's on one of the button bars.
Yeah.
Where we tell Hogan calls in, one of the big, huge cereal companies. Like it was,
I think it was
I'll never
Post,
forget
right?
that.
It was Kellogg's.
It was Kellogg's?
Nice. They got deep pockets.
Kellogg's has like these new Hulk Hogan. The guy's name was like Terry Boulder or something, and it was Hogan that was smashing these guys, and they were using it. And Hogan called into the show, and we told Hogan, Brent did. Brent said, "I there's this commercial that's using Hank Boulder." And it looks just like you, and
it was for Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, it was
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Yeah.
You guys might be able to find
Post,
it. For
the Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, Post is like one of the biggest companies ever, and I think Hogan got a few $1 million for that.
We flew down to
Nice.
Miami with him and met with lawyers, remember?
Yeah.
On the plane.
Right.
On your plane.
Well, I'm sending you the commercial.
Yeah, and then
I looked at it. You sent it to me, and I was like,
send me the
it'll make you laugh out loud, Dan.
send me there's a little excerpt of audio that says, and it's been cut down.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on here.
Look at that. Look even to the baldness.
Now, hold on now. So Brent sees this on TV right here. Hold on.
It's Coco Smash Town with Hulk Boulder versus Fred and
Hulk Boulder.
Barney, all with a big chocolatey taste of Post Cocoa Pebbles cereal, part of a good breakfast. Hulk wins, but not
Bulk Boulder.
for long. Wow, nothing beats smacking down the big chocolatey taste of all those little Pebbles pieces.
Well, they've been saying SmackDown.
Speaking of little pieces.
Now hold on.
It's Cocoa Smack.
And it was it was so cut and dry that I think the demand letter that the attorney sent Post, like they just wrote him a check. Like I think they said like, hey, Hogan wants $5 million, and because you guys so violated his likeness and image, and it's a federally trademarked this and that, and you never got permission.
And he owned it. It wasn't like owned by the WWE or something.
No, he owned Hulk Hogan. He was one of the very few
who owned his name and likeness.
His name and likeness.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
and that's why
Nice.
So Vince never, and then Vince licensed it. When Hogan would go for from one federation to another, he would license his likeness, much like we did, or I did.
Mm-hmm.
So Hogan calls the show. Here is it. Oh, I think is it right? Is it right here?
No, I was gonna try to upload it, but since we're close to break, I didn't want to mess with the next gen.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
we gotta
cool.
go to
Let's
break.
go to break, okay?
All right.
But Hogan calls the show. Let me tell you how it goes. Hogan calls the show. Brent says, Terry, there's this commercial, this cereal commercial that's using your likeness, and he's like, no way. And Brent's like, yeah, for real. I'll send you I'll email you the link. Hogan goes, I'll give you, I think he said 10 points.
10
and he goes, I'll
points.
give you 10. If this works out and I make millions, I'll give you 10 points.
And did he follow through with that?
No. Hell no, dude. He ain't gonna
sorry.
stroke a check. That guy's got shorter arms than an alligator.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh, come on. Come on, you stupid ass piece of...
Bubba the Love Sponge lives because a dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Was that her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Who you talking about?
Ziggler?
Oh, she's so fucking hot.
Dirty.
She's so fucking hot. Dan, I mean, is that gonna go somewhere, Jay?
I'm curious. I think she's going to be out.
Who outed her?
No. I mean, the other stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to come out.
I mean, okay, if you're playing the game, it's easier to get outed than if you're not playing the game. And if you're in the criminal,
I'm surprised it didn't come out.
But if you're in the criminal arena now, I'm sorry, if you're in the pop culturally criminal and or civil arena to the level of players that we're talking about here, you start getting looked at more so than you ever have.
Would you think that would already come out? Or are you just thinking?
Yeah. Oh, hey chat, what the fuck is up? What the fuck is up? What you guys doing today? What's up, bouncer? Jake, John Kostika. Up, everybody. Bouncer already said, hey, you. He got paid and ran away. Yeah, it sucks. But it's important to accept reality and try to move. That's what the Stoics say. Dark Match, good day. up, Jay?
You see that charge that 14-year-old kid in the Ybor City thing yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. One of the shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a 14-year-old shooter and a 14-year-old victim.
Yep.
And then they caught a third guy as well last week.
I can't imagine what that family's feeling right now this Christmas.
Which one?
The one of the kid who I know.
Which one?
The 20-year-old boy who was a college kid.
Oh, who died? Oh,
yeah,
who
the one who
died?
died. Trace Run. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Oh. So I've been sending this to most of my friends and my dad. I should send it to you. It's quite a long podcast, but there's few things because I
can always send me anything you think is interesting.
I know, but like sometimes when people send me videos, like they're like, watch this, I'm like, go away. So, but there's very few things where I can take like actionable steps. Like most of the time, I'm just like learning about history or science, whatever. But like this shit, this guy, his name's Arthur Brooks. He is fucking. I listened to this podcast. It was 2 hours, but fucking well worth it.
Cultivating happiness.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like the science behind it and how it is a fucking choice and what compromise. What,
I send it to me, please.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. A lot of stuff that you kind of know, but you don't really think about. I mean, this motherfucker's been doing like research for like 30 years.
Right.
He's a Harvard professor.
Is Jay in there?
Yes.
Jay, come here.
I'll send it to you. I think you'd get a kick out of it. Highly recommend. See, you have good insight when you're being annoying, right? Does that count for something? No, I don't want to listen to your shit. Well, should. Alright. Vitiligo? These are my boys! Because I'm... Never mind. Not gonna answer that. See, I'm learning shit now, folks.
It was. They should have done that.
You're way too
Once they left
on.
it to a problem, it's never happening.
Right.
And then you speak.
Right. You're exactly right.
I haven't
But if
seen
Gary
you
can't
on
get something done,
live.
whew, down there,
Or Hazlet.
Maybe.
yeah.
Permagrom, what's up? Thanks, Dark Mac.
What's up, everybody? Good
Felix
morning,
the Cat. Good
1512.
morning.
Felix Cat, what up?
Crack and Chris. What's up, Pedro? Maybe I'll see you on Friday. Maybe I fucking won't. We'll see.
Bama boy.
Maybe I don't
what
give
up?
a fuck.
You don't give a fuck?
I was talking for you.
Time to scratch that itch, is it?
Listening will give you no health benefits, but all the carcinogenic after effects.
Stop putting while your head for a change.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Lummy, I'm doing some stuff with Omaha Steaks.
All right.
Love them. Listen, here's the bottom line. You can go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code BUBBA at checkout, and I think it gets you an extra $30 off. So go to omahasteaks.com. They're ready to ship your order right now. It is probably, I got to tell you, it's some of the best quality meat I've ever had in my mouth. And I'm a meat expert.
Yes, you are.
Look at me. Anyway, go to omahasteaks.com, type in Bubba at checkout, and get an extra. I think it's an extra. Let me see here. Give somebody convenient, thoughtful, and guarantee to put a smile on their face when you send them gourmet gifts from Omaha Steaks. And every purchase is backed by their unconditional money-back guarantee. Visit omahasteaks.com. Take advantage of 50% off site-wide. Plus, use promo code BUBBA at checkout and get an extra 30 off. So you got minimum order may be required. omahasteaks.com. I guess they got a site-wide 50% off, Willie. Then upon checkout, use BUBBA and get an extra $30 off. minimum order required. That sounds like pretty good to me. That's what I'm sending. That's what I'm sending my dad for Christmas.
Nice. I love it.
You can't go wrong with it.
Nope.
Because real men eat steak.
You sure
For
do.
sure.
I mean, like for real. Like
Caveman style.
Yeah. Like yeah.
I love it.
You love steak, don't you?
That's really my favorite food is steak.
Now, Jay, let me ask you a question. As Dan couldn't wrap his head around what we were trying to talk about, this AI deal, and that being, Sophia, or let's just use Sage because it's your job.
Let's use your daughter as an example.
Well, no, because it's
No, that's fine because that's
poor
appropriate.
guy.
I don't want to
She's
talk.
a minor.
Right. She's a minor.
It's fine. It's hypothetical.
And it's not. It's.
You're not being creepy or
you're,
sexual.
And you're her father. So we're
Right.
speaking about this to her father. And you're not Sophia's father.
I would be in
So-
Tallahassee lobbying for new laws.
So what I'm saying is this, though.
With you next to me.
If Sage, somebody gets a picture of Sage from whatever, and they, they put together, what is Sage?
A deep
13,
11.
14, 11?
No, 11.
Okay,
She's a kid.
an 11-year-old nude what resembles as an 11-year-old nude body. They then circulate it all throughout school. Sage is completely humiliated. First of all, everybody in the entire school is going to get cut from Candle. I'm just going to tell you that. That's
No
first.
doubt.
They're
But
all
secondly, yeah, she's cutting everybody. But secondly, let's say then, Jay, that they, in order to do this to Sage, you probably have to know Sage. Some Chinese spyware company isn't just doing it and picking Sage out of a million people.
No.
There's probably somebody that has an ulterior motive. Maybe Sage is a little more cuter than they are. Maybe Sage gets a little more attention than they are. Maybe Sage is better at playing marbles than they are. I don't know. Okay.
Middle school girls are mean.
Exactly. So at that point, Jay, you being an attorney, let's say they're able to pinpoint it to a person at school. Okay.
Yep.
And so I want you to wait till I ask my question. So at that point, and you go to obviously Sage goes to a private school. So it's not parents tend to probably be a little more affluent at your school. And do you at that point go after the parents of the kid that if you are able to pin it, where forensically pin it down onto who made it, who distributed it, etc., don't you come out guns a-blazing? And is there a law that you can?
I don't know that there's a criminal law that would punish a minor for posting a deep fake of a minor. That's the whole thing. This is a very unique, random kind of weird situation.
So it's almost like minor on minor crime doesn't really matter.
No, it matters, but there should be some sort of a statute or some sort of a law that at least defines what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and something that you could, kids who break laws, they have juvie.
Yeah.
Right.
They still have punishments.
Right.
You just don't get treated like an adult. So if there were a law that invoked some criminal penalties for minors that did that, I would 100% support it. I would try to get that minor prosecuted. Absolutely. Within the juvenile justice system. And I would probably take action against the school.
How about the parents?
Or the parents, for depending upon how it was posted. But, this really brings up something that actually happened last weekend with my son. And the way these things get posted is they snap it. And so when it gets snapped out there, it gets sent to 400, 500, 600 people immediately. And then it goes away, but it doesn't really ever go away. So last weekend at a school here, I'm not going to say the name of the school.
Yeah, please don't.
There was a formal, and one of the young girls took an inappropriate video and thought she snapped it to her boyfriend. Well, she snapped it to the entire realm of Hillsborough County.
Ouch.
Hundreds of people got it.
So she's a minor, and she's dating this one dude who's a minor. Yeah. And when we talk about minor, it's
they're high school kids, so I assume they're under 18.
All right, and so she has a boyfriend, and he's like, "Hey, send me a naughty shot or whatever. We'll use it."
Or even, and maybe he didn't even know, but she sent what she thought.
She sent kind of a sexy naughty deal to him. Mm-hmm. What she thought she was sending just to her guy ended up going, she sent to a mass deal.
Like, yeah,
was there nudity?
Yes, explicit. She quit school. She's gone.
Really?
Gone. Poor. I feel terrible. Mistakes. Kids make mistakes. Don't ever videotape yourself. Don't ever send something to
Especially
somebody.
with your face in it.
Well, even if, say, you're in love with that boy now, you're not going to be in love with him in 3 years. Don't ever give anybody anything over you like that kind of power over you, ever. So I feel terrible. It was a childish mistake. It was meant to be for one person, and it has been a catastrophe for her and her family. So isn't that brutal?
Now, she completely just like dropped out of school.
Changing schools immediately.
Or she might even go homeschool now, right? I mean, just because she's so embarrassed.
Don't know exactly what happened, but I know that was over the weekend and by Monday gone.
Wow.
And I mean, if it was my daughter, I'd probably do the same thing. We're out of here. You're out of here.
Yeah, and just, oh my God.
And honestly, I feel terrible. That's terrible. It's an innocent mistake that kids make. We've all done some stupid things at 16, 17 years old, and she's not trying to hurt anybody. She's certainly not trying to hurt herself or her boyfriend. And so that little innocent, I meant to send the email just to you, Bubba, and I sent it to the whole world. Oof.
So she's just gone? Are they going to move or like?
I don't know anything else. All I know is my son came home last night and told me at dinner that it had such an immediate effect that she already withdrew from school.
Is she,
but here's the thing.
Does he know her personally?
But there comes a point. But there comes a point where Jay, where maybe the kids and maybe society would kind of feel sorry for her and not give her a hard time. Or do you think there's no chance of that?
I don't know what happened in cyber world, if she was bullied or not, or if it was just something that she and her family decided, oh my God, this happened. We got to get out. We got to be done. I don't know what I would do. What would you do if your daughter innocently hit send all instead of send one? And, there's an S storm over the weekend on social media, and you think that hundreds of people may have the video of your daughter. What do you do?
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Here's what Bubba and Candle does. And I'm you.
Okay.
Jesus.
See how he just
inserts himself in your life.
By the way, I'd love to switch lives with you. Well, maybe not.
She'll cut you.
Yeah.
Well, first I would sit in my $1.2 million car and think real hard.
Your bitch will cut you, but my bitch will shoot you. I'm just saying, right?
We both have good defenders.
Well, let me see. No, but I'm like, I'd love to switch. I mean, I have a great woman, but I'd love to switch lives with you, gladly. But me and Candle would last about one day, and I'd be dead.
Yeah.
So anyway, if I'm Jay and I'm Candle, and I know how Candle's wired and how you're wired, there's a certain part of me that wants you just to pull up stakes and pull the kid out and homeschool the kid, Sophia, until maybe this dies down or
get her to college,
get something like that. But then there's a part of me. And this comes from both the intestinal fortitude that both you and your wife have. There's a part of me where you're like, you know what? We're going to buck up and we're going to own this. And everybody knows it's not you. It's not you. That's not you. You didn't take your clothes off. You didn't take a picture. And that's not you. And you're going to go roll up in there and not let this bug you.
Okay, so we're back at the AI scenario. We're not at the.
Is this AI or
I agree
not?
with that. I agree with that.
And we're going to own it, and we're the victims here.
That's what I think I would tell my daughter: is thick skin. It's not really you.
Right.
It's not. You didn't really get exposed.
Right.
It's fake, and so I think that's the way I would approach the AI thing.
I think so
agree
too.
With you.
Now, if it's your daughter, this is super, super, super creepy. This is creepo. Let's say your daughter is getting ready, to take a shower or something like that, and some creepo is window peeping, and you got a picture of her.
Prosecute.
Yeah, of course. There's laws on the books for that, but see, there's really not. I don't know that there is any AI laws out there, and so if I'm Bubba and Candle, Jay and Candle, whoever, I'd say, you know what, Sage, if it was really you, then it would be a far bigger deal than it really is. Now, listen, it's not the optimal situation. We're not saying that
you shouldn't be traumatized by this, and this is horrible, and we're going to get to the bottom of who did this to you.
Yeah.
But it's not you. It's fake. It's not you. And I think that you could really show your how cool and just a whole different level of swagger by going to school and saying, yeah, can you believe some pathetic nerd AI had to depict me in that manner? That's not me.
Right.
And so I'm not worried about it. I mean, you know what? I'm glad they used a good my face looked good as hell now, didn't it? I mean, because that's really her. You know, like, you know,
Yeah, but you're saying this is like the swag of a 57-year-old man. She's an 11-year-old girl.
But I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
I know.
I mean, I think that she could
pull
almost.
it off.
I think if your parents are Candle and Jay, and listen, if you have some meek parents that aren't secure in their own skin and you know have the type of reputation that Jay and his wife have in the community, maybe you can't pull it off. But I think if you're Jay and Candle, you swagger up and you're like, you know, I'll tell you what I liked about it. It was one of my better headshots. I looked pretty good. I mean, looked pretty damn good from the neck up now, didn't it? Now from the neck on down, I don't know who the hell it is, but the neck up's me. Woo!
Yeah, well, you know, you have two things. One is, how do you deal with it in your home with your daughter? Which I think that's the way I would deal with it. Is you got to toughen up. It's fine. This is life. Life is tough. People make things up about you. This is just a new thing, and you're fine. It wasn't really you.
Right.
But then, like, this article is about the laws for the person that did it. If it's an adult, the penalty should be really stiff. If it's like a mom, like those cheerleader things,
calling Grady.
You know,
I'm telling you right now, it's probably not a woman.
No, it's a dude.
That happens.
Yeah,
that happens in like cheerleading.
It's a dude.
Absolutely happens.
Yeah, but the person who probably made it is probably a guy.
Okay, well, make it now instead of an 11-year-old, make it a 16-year-old. And it's cheerleaders, and it's competitive cheerleading, and you have to get on the squad. That's happened where the mom was making wild accusations on social media.
Some of these
stuff.
moms get crazy where they'll set up. Like they'll set up these.
If she gets caught for a sexual
my daughter's going against Teresa in the cheerleading finals, and it's
100%. That is exactly how women go to blows. They don't go.
Right.
Men are physical. Women will try to smear your reputation.
Me and Jay are like, go Teresa, go, and then I'll kick Teresa's dad's ass if he wants to get a little crazy. But Mama Teresa's already putting deep fakes of my girl online, bitch.
That situation, that mother should be prosecuted.
I'm ready to go ice pick Teresa dad's tire sidewalls, so he has to call Crockett's for a 408 tow.
There you go.
That's it.
Oh, Mama Teresa, she's posting deep fakes and trying to be a real Karen bitch that she is. I don't know, man. I almost think, and to turn a positive into a negative, and I got to go into words, but I almost think that it could help a kid. Like let's say Sage is cool. She's cool. She's one of the cool kids. But this happens to her at like 12, 13. She swags it off like the way that we talked about. Mm-hmm. It'd almost be like, hey, man, look, did you say Sage Diaco? That bitch didn't even miss a beat. Mm-hmm. Didn't even miss a beat. It almost makes them like cool, like almost like next level, Teflon, cool.
I sent you an article of what Jay was just talking about, too. The cheerleader with the mom making up deep fake videos.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She's a real...
Well, most of them are pigs.
Yeah,
for the most part.
And in my opinion, that woman
guilty.
She should go to jail.
She did,
for me. In my mind, you do that to my daughter.
Oh yeah,
go to jail, adult.
Oh, absolutely.
3 counts of harassment, 3 counts of
cheerleader's mom created deep fake videos to allegedly harass her daughter's rivals. Raffaella Spoon was charged with 3 counts of cyber harassment. A Pennsylvania mother allegedly sent deep fake photos of a video of her teenage daughter's cheerleading rivals. Is this it right here? Let me.
This bitch would be that tech savvy. So
this bitch.
That bitch is like, how do I get the Wi-Fi on my phone? This bitch is doing deep fakes.
Siri. This bitch is doing this bitch is doing deep fake videos of drinking and smoking and yeah, this bitch. How much time did she get?
I'm trying to find it. I know she got 4 counts of cyberbullying and 4 counts of harassing.
As she should. Look at that bitch. And that see that's the kind of bitch right there who has to do that kind of stuff to get her daughter the edge.
But Bubba, it's art.
Yeah, Dan, was he not being dumb?
Dumb. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Dan, if we were talking about people taking naked images of kids and contorting them and Andy Warholing them up onto another kid. But we weren't. That's not even the topic that we were speaking about. You made art the topic.
Right, but if you're talking about like, remember maybe 20 years ago there was an art display in New York that had images of young women, young girls. And people said, is it pornography? Is it not pornography? And the First Amendment prevailed. It was art. And so I understand what Danny's saying. So if there was an art exhibit and it was someone who was doing deep AI fakes this is the way they came up with their imagery. People do that. That could be considered art, sure. But you can't send that with someone's face on it to a child or try to cyberbully. It's a different thing.
And I kind of feel sorry for the girls whose mom is this mom, just because that poor girl even got. I mean, as soon as society sees your mom, they're like, you know what, that bitch is guilty, so now you're guilty. You know, that girl may not even have known that her mom was trying to do all that.
Yeah, probably not.
And now she's a dirty bitch too.
Yeah,
right.
Dirty bitch.
Doesn't she look like a stage mom?
Yes, she does.
I'm the bus lady. Hey, lady! I was so constipated I could hardly drive.
Sounds like you should call and tell Bubba all about it. It's the low-priced answer to a high-budget problem. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Now, do you have plans?
Well, no, I was going to work on all that stuff out in the
by definition,
engineering.
because it was created by someone.
Get that stuff
but the
done.
intent
Well, Anna will do a show with me.
Is malicious.
Oh, I can still do it if you want me. I don't have a problem.
No, go get your engineering done.
Like I said, it's like an art.
Or just do whatever you want. I'm going to make the announcement next.
Using AI, and these are my images.
Yeah.
Some people say, oh my God, that's obscene. You have child porn on there. Well, no, it's art.
Yeah.
So maybe in that scenario it could be a defense, but like a defense to a criminal action for posting something about somebody, I don't think it works. Did you see, you ever watch that show, it's with 2 Chainz about the most expensivest, it's like, that's what it's called, like the most expensivest, and one of them he's doing most expensive weed. Yeah, it's like he does, it's almost like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous from when we were kids, but it's 2 Chainz doing it, and he's going to all these exotic places and experiencing the most expensive stuff.
Yeah.
And so when they're talking about expensive weeds, they have Sarah Silverman with them. He lights her up so bad because she's trying to touch him, and he doesn't really like her comedy, and then she gets too high, and it's just a pretty funny interaction.
It's on YouTube or?
I don't know. I got in a rabbit hole one weekend on cable. It was on like a string of them. Pretty funny.
I'll check it out.
Sarah Silverman's annoying to me. I've never really liked. Yeah, I know.
I've seen her stand up.
Really liked
I'll tell you this right now, though. She's one in life, real life, fucking beautiful, and 2, fucking one of the boys. I sat with. She was at my same. She was a table behind me at Howard's wedding. She was with Artie and Gary and I think Jillian Barberini.
Back then, she wasn't super political either. She was funnier.
She was. I met her at Howard's wedding, and she went out back and got high with all the people who smoked weed.
Yeah.
And she was the only girl to do it. She was the only. Everybody else, it was just guys, you know, Brent and fucking.
You've had an interesting life, Bubba.
God, I have, haven't I?
Yeah. I tell you that all the time.
From getting stuck in Dion's tub to having Hulk Hogan blast my wife to being invited to Howard Stern's wedding, and Howard Stern went to my wedding, which, you know, he doesn't go out very much. And I was looking for that stat on it, like how many of Howard's friends, how many weddings did he go to of theirs that he invited them to his?
That were out of state.
No, just in general.
I don't know.
I mean, did he go to Gary's wedding?
I don't know.
Did he go to Fred's?
I don't even know.
Did he go to
Trump's?
Trump it out.
But Trump didn't come to his. Trump was at his. Trump was at his. Billy Joel.
Would you ever do yoga?
No.
Would you?
Jay would nail yoga.
You ever do yoga?
I do a little bit of yoga. A lot of my stretches, my pre-surf stretches are kind of yoga stuff. I'm super flexible.
Are you?
Oh yeah. You wouldn't think that?
Most men are.
Really? I mean, I probably cut my knuckles to the ground in a second.
Really? Don't.
No, I just gotta breathe. Take a second.
All right, don't like.
Don't, Anna. Why are you getting my guests in compromising fucking positions?
He offered up. That's pretty fucking flexible. That's awesome.
Without any more stretching, and then I mean my legs are like.
Oh, you're Gumby, dude. What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, and then this is like the one where people always trip out is. I mean, can you do that when your feet are flat like that, without falling over? No, I know you can do it wide. Try to get them narrow as you can. Like the narrower you get them, the harder it is. Yeah, now try to sit.
I can't do it.
See?
What the hell? Can't do that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is your back flexible? Can you do like a bridge and stuff?
I don't know if I know what a bridge is. Like I can do downward dog and all that stuff pretty easy.
It's essentially the inverse of that. So not saying like you have to do
like this way.
Like say you're lying down and then you go.
Oh no, I can't do that. I do. I don't think I can do that. Can you touch your toes, Lon? No.
He crosses his legs and then just goes like that.
That's what you should have done. Don't you have to do like a bunch of pre-workout stretching before you go rolling?
Yeah, I do. I stretch a little bit, mostly my hips, but I just kind of do that on my own time.
Yeah, my hips are ridiculously flexible.
Yeah, mine are not like that.
His rhetoric slowly sinks into your skull. Corrupting the synapses in your brain, taking control of you. And there's no way to stop it. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I missed Brent Richard today. Let me on the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, man. It goes right to our bank account, and that's how we keep the show on the road. Or on the air, I should say. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at The Bubba Army. Or at least just go follow us on our YouTube channel. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything at The Bubba Army. And our new big, warm and fuzzy way to monetize is Bubba Army HQ. And we're adding old school stuff to that arc. The search in the AI generate, I got to tell you, the AI, it costs Lummy a little bit of money to have the search engine, the engine that we have, because it's like a lot AI generated. But my God, it's so extensive. Go to Bubba Army HQ and go into the archive section and just peruse around the nearly 20,000 pieces of content that we have. Like it's unlike, I mean, we are building something very special. We are building something that's going to really, really, really take off, I think. Lummy, we all have a heartfelt reason to support our blood pressure. And in fact, more than half of the U.S. population would benefit from blood pressure support. Super Beat Heart Chews are easy and convenient way to support healthy blood pressure and promote heart health energy. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective than promoting normal blood pressure and a healthy lifestyle alone. Over 30,000 5-star reviews and counting. Super Beats is the #1 doctor and pharmacist and cardiologist recommended heart chew for cardiovascular health support. It's health. It's blood pressure support that you can trust. In fact, Shane Reeve from JBC Lummy actually texted me a few days ago and said, "Hey man, do those Super Beat things really work?" And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Oddly enough, yes, they do. Support your heart health with Super Beat Heart Chews. Get a free 30-day supply of Super Beat Heart Chews and a free full-size big bag of
turmeric.
Did you say it right?
Turmeric.
He got it.
Say it one more time.
Turmeric.
There you go. That's valued at $25, and it all starts and stops by going to BubbaLovesBeats.com. Go get this exclusive offer only at BubbaLovesBeats.com. So the after show, Lummy, my guest canceled.
Oh.
So we can do one of two things. It can, if you want to, it can. Anna, do you want to do an after show?
Yes,
or did you
always.
Did you have something planned for today?
Nothing. I always do Tuesday after shows. Don't you remember?
Okay. Yes, but I knew that I hadn't. I guess I hadn't talked to you about not being on today's after show. It was just going to be me and Mike Rigsby, but Mike Rigsby canceled.
Okay.
So it looks like you're back in. Okay.
Sweet. I never knew I was out.
You know what? There you go. Since you never knew you were out, then you. But you were out.
I didn't know that, but now I know.
So Lummy, are you gonna stick around? You're gonna.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be me and Hum.
I mean, it's up to you.
Oh, you're doing
I don't
Bob
mind.
and Hum?
Bob and Hum.
Bob and Hum.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry,
looks
Lummy. I didn't mean to out you there.
Looks like you're gone. It's
Well,
just-
Bob, Hum, and Lum.
I'll be in the back with Macho and stuff.
Bob, Hum, and Lum.
There you go. You and Rhett and Macho go back there and engineer it up.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yes,
then
sir.
me and Anna and I will do Bub and Hum.
Bub and Hum.
There you go. So Jay, with regards to this Bridget Ziegler thing, you know the what's the guy's name? Christian Ziegler. Christian Ziegler.
You're right.
Christian Ziegler was the head of the head chair, or basically the leader of the Republican Party of Florida, correct?
Yes.
And which is, I mean, that's pretty high up.
Yes,
right?
Especially Florida, one of the big states in the United States that really matters, has lots of electoral votes, and so yeah, it's a really big state.
And so you're the head of the state, Christian Ziegler.
Yep.
Well, little do people know, and I see. Listen, who am I to judge? Because I dabbled in this world a little bit.
You're a little bit of a freak nasty.
Yeah, I'm a freak nasty, and I've dabbled. With there's 140.
You're a dabbler.
There was $141 million that showed I was part of this world. Kind
You're
of
dabbled in it a couple times.
So, him and his wife have this chick that they've kind of hook up with, have threesomes with, and again, it blows people's minds because it's so salacious, but it really isn't. It really isn't. Now hold on, I'm not talking about the crime that Christian Ziegler's been charged of. I'm talking about just the early parts of what these people are guilty of. And they're guilty of, having a third female join them in sex. And it happened, I think, one time.
No, I think it was a regular thing.
It was a regular thing?
I think so.
So now I heard from some reliable sources that this was, and I got some pretty good sources, that this was all over about Thanksgiving and how she wasn't invited. The unicorn wasn't invited to Thanksgiving. And that's where the I'm really mad at Christian started. So they were supposed to meet Bridget Ziegler, who, by the way, she's a Sarasota County board member and also a part of this leader, some kind of
Liberty co-founder.
Something.
Yeah.
She, by the way, her name's Bridget Ziegler. She's the wife of Christian Ziegler. Christian Ziegler is the head of the GOP here in Florida. Bridget is his wife. She is hot as absolute hell. I mean, she is hot. And what makes her even hotter is to know that she's a freak.
And a conservative.
Yeah. She's a freak.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to act like you're Johnny Goody Two-Shoe, but when you are a freak like me and you get in trouble for being a freak and doing freaky stuff, then usually your world crumbles. It's going to be, you know what, Jay, I got to probably say that they're probably going to get hit with a sex situation like I did. It might be comparable to mine, what they lose. He's going to lose. I mean, he's done. GOP, right? At least what I did wasn't jailable, Right?
Consensual adults, nothing illegal or improper about that.
So, I mean, but this guy, if indeed he raped this girl, we're talking criminal too, are we not?
Yes.
In fact, I think it starts criminal and ends civil, correct?
Yes.
It starts right now. We're in the criminal alley, or right now we are in the criminal lane, are we not? He's fighting for his life criminally.
Yes, they're levying search warrants on him and pulling stuff. I mean, he's in real
and
trouble.
unfortunately,
is this woman claiming the unicorn? Is she claiming that she was raped by both of them?
No.
Him.
So here's what happened. I don't know if this is part of the story or not, but this is the way I heard from very reliable sources.
Okay.
And I
Give me
also
the tea.
heard from very reliable sources that this is even dirtier than people think.
Can you give us a little hint about that? Maybe we'll discuss that on Bub and Hum.
No, maybe we will not.
Okay,
I'll
great.
just speak with counsel about that.
Great.
And Jay says ixnay on the going any further deeper.
On that one for sure right now.
Fine.
Jay's monitoring his phone as we speak of this matter.
I am.
So, Bridget Ziegler is the wife of Christian Ziegler. He's the head of the GOP. They got this chick. She's unnamed because of Marcy's Law, and she's a victim here.
Jane Doe.
And so they got this thing where they blast every once in a while, and supposedly she wasn't we're just going to call her Unicorn, okay?
Yeah.
Unicorn Willie was really, really into Bridget more than she was Christian.
Exactly.
She was she was way more into the chick. She kind of just took one for the team with the guy. She really was into the chick. And who wouldn't blame her? My Lord. Whether you're a girl or a man, Bridget Ziegler is a 10.
Straight fire.
And big jugs and just you wouldn't believe. So anyway, supposedly this unicorn kind of like went on vacations with him and they did stuff together and so does Lummy. It's going to be interesting to see for everybody to check start going through the various pictures to see how many times this girl appeared with them in public and various functions and things like that. And so I've been told that the unicorn was not invited to Thanksgiving and might have spent Thanksgiving alone, which really got her pissed. So she's pissed, and Bridget and Jane Doe and Christian were supposed to have a scheduled hookup, and Christian got to the house before Bridget did.
No, Bridget couldn't make it because she got busy.
No, I know.
Right. Yeah.
But he got to the house, and then all of a sudden a call comes in to Jane Doe that Bridget got busy and she can't make it.
Yeah.
So Christian, I guess the girl made it obvious, or that's the part of the lawsuit, and the fact that she said, well, then I don't want to do anything. And Christian instead bent her over her bar and raped and penetrated her against her will.
Whoa.
And that's where we are now. Now, this thing I got to go to Word so I don't run late, Lummy, but this thing's got, if people start sniffing around, this has got longer tentacles than just the unicorn, Christian, and Bridget Ziegler.
Really?
Yeah. This has got some different, longer political tentacles. That's all I'm going to say. I hope some hotshot journalist really takes that heads up and starts looking into it. Or maybe we make the announcement. Maybe, Jay, you check, and see if
how you do that, but I'll definitely. We've been. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to say anything to.
What if somebody else says it?
Well, that's someone else. That's how we found out.
Right.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah, the word on the street on this guy.
That's the word on the street.
Oh, the word on the street on this guy is. I know. Can we?
Let's hold off for a second. Let's let this thing play out because I mean this couple is certainly going to be under the microscope. I mean, it says that the affidavit that there may be video.
Oh,
police have recorded phone calls and messages between Christian Ziegler and the woman talking about the day in which Ziegler denied assaulting her.
Video,
and they're
brother.
seeking files from his Google account where it says he uploaded video of the encounter. Well, it seems like that would be the best evidence.
Damn, brother.
Oh, video, brother.
Oh no!
Office, brother.
Damn, brother. I'll
I
be in
played
my office.
myself.
Listen, if me and Jay could tell you what we know or what we've been told by very, very reliable sources, to the point where 2 months ago, Dan came to me 2 months ago and said, listen, there's this rumor that this particular situation is happening. And here are the people involved. And Dan showed me what I'm alluding to. And I was like, Dan, we can't make that. We can't.
Well, you know, she likes to kick it out wide.
Yeah, she does like to kick it out wide for both girls and not her husband.
Nice.
It's a sign. The end times are here. Ultra powerful hurricanes, tsunamis, massive earthquakes, and Bubba the Love Sponge.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's right there for anyone
Oh,
to
it's
find.
right there, if you know what I mean.
I'm not gonna go out there with you. Yeah.
Out in the hallway to discuss secrets.
Oh, did you see our AED machine? We got it all.
I did. Yeah.
We're going to get it all up.
You know
We're going to get it all installed.
what I mean? Oh my god. Is your name Bubba?
Sarge 311, 56 months. Steve's GSXR 750, 69 months.
Oh my God.
Probably true.
I know. I know.
I know.
Hey, Bubba, I sent you an article.
What, Warren?
I sent you an article of what thing just came out about what the video has it saying.
But what now?
The video that he recorded.
Yeah.
What it's seen and then what she has said. Kind of interesting.
Interesting.
How's your roast coming? Started it yet?
Maybe. You?
A little bit.
It's mostly in my head.
Yeah, me too. I figured out where I'm going to start, but
Yeah, same.
that's kind of where I've stopped.
Are you a little concerned about
Yeah,
how you can go with
yeah,
this?
because I've been watching a lot of them on YouTube, and I mean, they're really, really raw.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and
That's
so
why I'm like.
I'm trying to gauge what I think is going to fly. You know, with who will be okay with it, and who won't. You know what I mean? So
I feel let's just fucking go full throttle.
I think I'm just going to go full on. I think
You'll get in
everyone-
more trouble if it's bad versus you got too much heat. Because everyone knows you're supposed to create heat.
Yeah.
So, but also, right? You don't like for me, like I could lose my job. You know.
Bubba's got to do it too. It's like everyone's got to do it. It's a heavy task.
This motherfucker has ghostwriters, though.
I got.
No, I don't.
I have a couple ghostwriters.
You said that.
I know.
I do.
You literally said it. You have
I have
ghostwriters?
a couple. People that helps me.
I had people reach out to me too, but I declined the request. Maybe I should ask.
Well, it can't hurt to see if they have a couple ones that may work.
Yeah.
Maybe 90%
That's
doesn't.
true,
but
that's
maybe
true, that's
10%
true.
are good jobs.
You are about to enter the Bubba Spin Zone. Are you sure you want to do this? Toss the salad. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Today's after show will be all of us, I think. Lummy, I'm going to break down. Look what I found. I found all the people that attended Howard Stern's wedding.
Oh, nice.
Like Tommy Mottola, Sam Simon, Bubba the Love Sponge. Look at the picture that you saw.
Oh my Lord, who's that guy?
Al Rosenberg, Richard Belzer, Jimmy Kimmel, Steve. I don't know who this guy is.
Shrippa.
Yeah. Alfonso D'Amato, Billy Joel, Donald Trump, Robin Quivers.
You're up there way before those. That's amazing.
Look at some of the stars. Natalie Maines, Kelly Ripka, Joan Rivers, Barbara Walters, John Stamos, Artie Lang, Howard Stern, Melania Trump, Beth, of course, Alicia Lane, Sarah Silverman, Rob Zombie, J.D. Harmeyer. I mean, that's a pretty big list of Gary Delabate, Jillian Barberie, Adam Carolla, Chevy Chase, Ronnie the limo driver, Mark Consuelos, which is Kelly Ripka's husband. Yep. Ralph Cirillo, rest in peace, my friend. Howard's daughter, Emily. Fred, Ray Stern, which is Howard's mom. John Hine, Richard Christie. There you go. Did he only have 40? Did he only have 41 people?
I think they're missing some people.
I think so too. I don't see Donald Trump on here.
I saw Donald, yeah.
It was up top, yeah. And they did Melania too.
Jillian Barberie. I don't think they had her.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
They had Jillian Barberie. You know, I'm going to look into this a little bit further because I'm going to try to figure out if, like, of the people that went to Howard Stern's wedding, how many of those people did Howard go to their wedding? I don't think I might be the only human being. Period.
I think you went to one of Trump's weddings.
He did?
Yeah. But hey, I mean, you and Howard, or you and Donald Trump.
I mean, we're more than like than people think. So I got to let you go. We got to go because we're going to run too late. But Lummy did find this from the New York Post. The Florida GOP chairman, the Christian Ziegler guy who's in major trouble, he recorded the rape account, what she's calling rape.
Oh.
He recorded it on his phone, and they've gone back and looked at it. Now, here's what there's a point where Ziegler's accuser is seen bent over a piece of furniture in the bedroom and heard telling the Florida GOP chairman to, and I'm going to use clinical terms, and this is a news article, climax in my mouth rather than her new shirt. Well, I don't know that a person that's being raped says that.
I was going to say, what if the video shows it's totally consensual? Is this again the government coming down on somebody when they know or should know that it was consensual just to take a Republican out?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the salacious nature of it all is like, oh my God, threesomes, rape. It's like, and then you what? There's a video where she says to do that?
Yep.
Dirty girl?
Yeah, when she says, hey, climax in my mouth, not my new shirt.
That
should be.
I don't know. Where does consent stop?
That should be Trump's new shirt, new logo. We'll do the after show. Let's call it 10:20.
Sounds good.
Get into that Howard stuff, and maybe we can get into this stuff as well. If we're going to talk about climaxing in girls' mouths, that's certainly after show.
Maybe we can do a bump and hum another day.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
no, you already forgot.
No. Let's do Bubba Hum. Let's
Bubba
do.
Hum. You already want to do a new show with Lummy.
Let's do Bubba Hum, okay?
Okay.
Me and you.
Okay.
10:20.
Okay.
See you then.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lumix,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council,
co-host J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.